The Game of the Week, brought to you by Opportunity Bank, Northwestern Energy, Montana Chevy Dealers, the Montana Tobacco Quit Line at 1-800-QUIT-NOW, and First Interstate Bank.
And welcome everyone to Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. It's Hall of Fame Saturday. This is the SWX Game of the Week as the Bulldogs of Montana Western take on the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon. Rocky Erickson alongside Herm Ellenboss. Herm, how hard is it to play the same team twice in the same season? In week 3, Eastern Oregon won a close game over Western, 27-24.
Well, that's life in the Frontier Conference, Rocky. You play each team twice every year. They all count as conference wins or losses. But what a difference it can be from matchup to matchup. When in LeGrand, you may have a home crowd advantage. The home cooking, you stay in your own bed. But when you go back to Dillon for the Western Montana matchup, everything changes. So what the difference in that game may have been a field goal or less, but the difference today may be totally different based on just playing in a different venue.
Now, we were here just 2 weeks ago when Montana Western stunned then number 5 Montana Tech, but a disappointing loss last weekend against the College of Idaho. For Eastern Oregon, they're also coming off a disappointing loss.
Yeah, they went up against Southern Oregon, who's averaging over 50 points a game, and after being ahead, they fell in the second half. But even then, there's a good takeaway because they held Southern Oregon way below their offensive average. So, Eastern Oregon came away from that with some positive things that they can build on this week.
Montana Western 3-4 on the season. Eastern Oregon 2-4. Herm, what are going to be the keys for the Mountaineers to get a sweep against Western?
What a luxury it is for Coach Tim Camp from Eastern Oregon to have a freshman signal caller in Kai Quinn. He has accounted for more than 2/3 of the offense for his team this year, and you can go to this guy, he's got the fresh legs, and he can really change a game. But on the other hand, Western knows his ratings coming in too, and they can design a defense. So for Eastern Oregon, they have to protect Kai Quinn, run some deceptive stuff once in a while to open things up for Kai, work some things away from him once in a while, and then just ride the freshman and the rest of this solid team to a win.
For the Bulldogs of Montana Western to get a sweep against the Mountaineers, they're not going to be able to give up that big play and win the turnover battle. It's the SWX Game of the Week. Montana Western at home up against the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon.
I'm Christy.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy. Natural gas appliances provide wonderful benefits when used properly.
But faulty or improperly maintained devices can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe
by installing carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your house. And make sure your gas appliances are properly vented. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off,
get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
In 1968, Homer Scott Sr. purchased a small bank in Sheridan, Wyoming. That endeavor was the start of First Interstate Bank. Homer knew that the bank would only be as strong as the communities it served. Today, Homer's credo still holds true. First Interstate has donated more than $50 million and 154,000 volunteer hours to nonprofit organizations and the communities it serves. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Today we're going to talk about trucks.
Right on.
Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I go Ram.
I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right, it's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow.
It's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Trade up to this light-duty Silverado All-Star and get a total value of over $11,200. Or during Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular Chevy trucks. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
Mountaineers have the football back. First down and 10 for the 31-yard line. Midway through the first and no score. Victor on the carry for a couple. We'd like to welcome our network affiliates for today's game. SWX in Billings, Bozeman, Butte, Great Falls, Helena, Kalispell, Missoula, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, the Tri-Cities, and Yakima, Washington. We're happy to have you enjoying this game today.
Over 500,000 households can pick this game up today.
And 98% of them are actually watching right now. Second down and 6 from the 33-yard line for the Mountaineers. Quinn wants to put it up, looking to Kelly, left side, airs it out deep to Kelly. Kelly comes back and makes the catch. What a great catch by Kelly. That may have been held up with the wind, Herm. I'm not sure, but Kelly's got his 32nd catch of the season.
Hard to judge when you have your back to the ball and you're the defender, but Kelly knew where it was going, and he came back and got it.
Great job, Quinn. How about that offensive line for the Mountaineers? And Quinn just laid it up, and Kelly turned around, made a nice catch and a big, big gain for Eastern Oregon. And they're now down at the Bulldogs' 30-yard line, first down and 10. 6.5 left to be played. Here in quarter number 1, it is a scoreless game from Vigilante Stadium here in Dillon. Quinn to Victor. Victor with the carry, breaks through, hits the official, and then he gets down to about the 12-yard line. You take away the man in the stripes, and that may have been a touchdown on a nice run by Victor Diaz.
Had to slow him down at least a step, Rocky, and imagine what a step difference makes when you're barreling for the end zone.
Great run by Diaz. How about first and goal here?
And right
Diaz hits his own man again, and Diaz is in. A 10-yard touchdown run for Victor Diaz, his third score of the season. And Eastern Oregon on the scoreboard first with 5:57 left to be played in quarter number 1.
Great drive downfield after taking over on about the 30-yard line, and the big pass completion to Kelly sets up a couple of plays, and they're in the end zone for the first score.
Nathan Harden, 16 of 18 on PATs on the season. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 7-0. Mountaineers out on top.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals.
It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
Well, why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
Today we're going to talk about trucks.
Right on.
Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I go Ram.
I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right, it's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Trade up to this light-duty Silverado All-Star and get a total value of over $11,200. Or during Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular Chevy trucks. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
Victor Diaz finds the end zone for just the third time this season. Nice run, Herm, but it almost looked too easy.
Yeah, they moved down the field in rapid fashion. That's a quick drive downfield into the wind, and they were able to do it with just the one pass. I wish we could have a replay of that extra point. It seemed like it hit a wall about 20 feet behind the uprights and fell straight down after the extra point attempt.
Caicedo back to receive the kick against the wind. And, wow, that kick short, taken about the 23-yard line, and not much of a return. The Bulldogs back on the field, need a score here. The Mountaineers lead 7-0. They won earlier this season when these two teams met, 27-24. On the year, the Bulldogs 3-4. They're giving up 39 points a game. They gave up 59 to the College of Idaho. They gave up 52 to Southern Oregon. And the Weber State game, that doesn't count. They lost 76-0 in that money game against the Big Sky Conference opponent. First down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Bennett wants to throw on first down. Walzer, the intended receiver, just overthrew him. And Walzer comes in with 16 receptions for 285 yards on the season, but the Bulldogs got to make something happen. They got to establish some type of a drive right here.
Well, from what the offense looked like for the Mountaineers, the Bulldogs have to respond with something, at least pick up a few first downs.
Surprising that Quinn has not carried the ball at all. Screen pass to Thompson for a gain of only a couple on that play, and that's going to set up a long third down for Montana Western. Well, 2 weeks ago we were here on the SWX Game of the Week. It was Booster Saturday, and boy, they knocked off the fifth-ranked team in the nation. The Orediggers of Montana Tech and Montana Western, they looked fantastic. Third down and long. Gibson, he's flushed out of the pocket. The pocket just collapsed on him, and the pass incomplete. Intended receiver was Walker McKittrick, but I'm telling you what, Gibson really got hit right when he delivered that football, and McKittrick was shaken up a bit too.
So 3 pass plays for the Bulldogs, and they only gained 3 yards on it, and they'll be punting away with the wind, and their advantage with the wind is going away rapidly here in this first quarter with only 5 minutes left.
Sherwood, his last punt went 51 yards. Heavy rush, he barely got that one off. Another great punt by Sherwood, and that is in the end zone. That's 67 yards. A 67-yard punt for Sherwood. He's going to go back and tell the special teams coach he only wants to punt today with the wind.
And you want to make the nose of that ball land so it kicks backwards, but it's really hard when you have so much impact by that gusty wind. Saw that on the extra point, saw that on the punt, or the kickoff rather, and now we saw the opposite of that effect going towards the Western goal line.
Well, maybe he won't have to punt in the second quarter. Mountaineers get the ball back. Mountaineers have the lead. 5:07 left to be played here in quarter number 1. 7-0 our score. Low snap, and they keep it on the ground for a gain of about 5 for John Lesser. A 5'9", 185-pound redshirt freshman. And when you say freshman on this Mountaineer team, how about 39 freshmen are redshirt freshmen? And they start 12 freshmen or sophomores. They just have 10 seniors on the team, and Lesser got kind of tripped up when he got the football, a gain of just a couple.
Eastern Oregon rotating their running backs, keeping them fresh in the early going, see who has the hot hand. Diaz looked pretty good on that last drive.
Boy, he had a couple of great carries, including that 10-yard touchdown run. It's going to be third down and 3. Golden opportunity here for the Bulldogs to make a stop. 4:16 left to be played. Here in the first, 5 wide receivers are set to go out. Lesser now comes into motion. Bulldogs showing blitz. Here they come. And Lesser does not get the first down. Herm, I think he's going to be about a yard short. So nice defensive stop for Western.
It'll be interesting now to see how much distance they can get on their punt. As we saw that kickoff just drop straight down, that extra point dropped straight down after the momentum of the kick ran out of gas. And now a chance for the punter to try to get some room for the Mountaineers, and the Bulldogs looking to pick up great field position here.
Now Nathan Harden He's put together a great season, punting the football, number 5 in the nation, averaging almost 44 yards a kick. And this one against the wind, that's not bad. That is not bad at all. And on the return, Christian breaks a tackle or two, and a flag is down. Is that our first penalty of the game?
Yep.
We almost went a whole quarter without a penalty. Christian with a nice return, but I can't get over the fact that Nathan Harden was able to get such a great punt off against the wind. Wow.
Well, it was a perfect spiral into the wind, and that's how to slice through that wind coming the wrong way, and that penalty is going to go against the Bulldogs, so that negates that run back.
Rocky Erickson alongside Herm Eldenboss, the SWX Game of the Week. Montana Western up against the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon. It's Hall of Fame Saturday. And speaking of Hall of Fame, one of our halftime guests on the first Interstate Bank halftime report will be Joe Morstein. He led the nation in punting in 1960, was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1982. First down and 10. Thompson with the carry, breaks a tackle, and Thompson gets out near the 40-yard line, a gain of 8 for Hunter Thompson. And boy, I remember Hunter Thompson quite well when he played for the Rustlers at CMR.
Hunter Thompson doing a great job of running north and south. He saw the hole, dove into it, picked up good first down yardage, which has been rare so far for the Bulldogs.
Second down and 3 now. Benton Gibson going to keep it on the ground. It's Thompson again. He just short of the first down for Hunter Thompson. He came into the game with 477 yards rushing. So Thompson now over 500 yards on the season. Big play here for the Bulldogs, down by a touchdown. It's going to be third down and goal. Nate Simpkins split out wide the left side. George Sherwood comes to the right. See if Bennett Gibson will keep it here on third down and 1. Gibson, Thompson hit behind the line. Great second effort. Thompson gets the first down, needed a yard, and Hunter Thompson picked up 5. And Herm, that's the best, most important play of the game so far for the Bulldogs right there. Hunter Thompson, look at that, hit right at the line. He
right
spun out of that
Arenas,
tackle.
And he was stopped if he hadn't made that spin move.
Arenas with 10 sacks and 52 tackles coming in. Leads his team in both categories. First down and 10. And to the air. Gibson to Sherwood. It hangs up. Incomplete. And just did not have enough on that to get it to George Sherwood. It's going to be second down and 10. Great coverage on the part of the Mountaineers.
Sherwood saw where that pass was going, but Isaiah Ritchie did not let him move toward the ball, even though he could have maybe come back and gotten it. But Ritchie, with great defense, keeping Sherwood from making that catch.
Second down and 10. Gibson completing 58% of his passes on the season, 11 touchdown, and he wants to go to the air again. And the pass is caught. Walser was wide open. His defender went down. That's a gain of 16 and moved the chains. A big first down for Montana Western.
Gibson really threw that ball with confidence and found his receiver, Walser, for the first down.
Defenders, we could see on the replay there, the defender went down and left Walser wide open. So the Bulldogs are 41 yards away from the end zone. A little over a minute left to be played in the first. Mountaineers out on top by a touchdown. New ball carrier and little or no gain. Prenti with the carry and got back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be second down and 10 coming up for Montana Western. Walser split out wide the left side with Nate Simpkins, redshirt freshman out of Dillon. Boy, what a football program the Beavers have. Boys basketball, you name it. 4 wide receivers are set to go out. Thompson with the carry. Thompson hit right at the line and driven down. Wow.
Kai Uregan with that tackle. He got through the blockers, and he owned that running back that time. Thompson's a big runner, but he disappeared behind the big 9-8 on the back of Uregan.
And Kai, that's a loss of 4 yards on the play. 3rd down and long. Coming up here, Gibson 2 for 6, 13 yards. And we got a timeout. The quarter comes to an end at the end of 1. Eastern Oregon out on top of Montana Western, 7-0. We're back with quarter number 2 right after this.
You got a truck for a reason, remember? So get some Firestone tires and go do truck stuff. Now through November 12th, get a $60 Firestone Visa prepaid card when you purchase a set of eligible tires. Get up to $100 when you make a qualifying tire purchase with your new or existing CFNA credit card. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
Long 3rd down play to start the second quarter from Montana Western. In that first quarter, the Bulldogs with just 26 yards of offense. The Mountaineers with 123. Gibson's 2 for 7, airs it out for the 8th time. It's incomplete. Walzer, the intended receiver on the play.
Well, Gibson had no time that time. He was under attack in the backfield, had to release it before his receivers uncovered. And after a couple of first downs, Western will punt it away. And watch the end of this punt in the air. You'll see the effect of that wind.
Connors is back. Sherwood's the punter. Eastern Oregon out on top, 7-0. Not much of a rush, and wow. That goes straight up and takes a nice Bulldog bounce, and just the way Sherwood planned it, down to the 10-yard line. And that ended up to be a 34-yard kick, Herm, and it went in the air about 50 yards. It went straight down, and then luckily it took a Bulldog bounce.
It might have gone backwards on the trajectory down, and Isaiah Ritchie from Eastern Oregon, if he wasn't watching where that ball was coming down, it might have landed right on top of his helmet. Fortunately for the Mountaineers, he got out of the way, but what a great forward bounce on that punt by Sherwood.
I've never seen anything like that before. Interesting first quarter for Quinn as the running quarterback has 1 carry for a -1. And here he'll run on the first play of the opportunity on the second. Had some room out near the 20-yard line, and that was what's so surprising to him in the first quarter, that Quinn did not run. He rushed for 189 yards the last time these two teams played. That's going to be an 8-yard carry for Kai Quinn.
A little hesitation move by Quinn gives him a few more yards as he takes it upfield on Sonny Awana before Awana makes the tackle.
Second down and short. It's going to be 2nd down and a yard. Just short of the 20. Play action. Pass is caught by Kelly. And there's a flag down. And Kelly does not quite make the first down yardage. But we have Laundry on the field here.
Almost has to be a hold in that area.
Mountaineers are backing up here.
Yep, they're going to call the hold right in front of the reception. And that will back up the Mountaineers You know, it's funny. It's like the Oregon or Eastern Oregon didn't check the wind direction because they're running it into the with the wind, and they passed into the wind.
That's right.
And they got a touchdown doing that. So it's kind of interesting that now that they're backed up here, of course, they're going to use the wind at their backs and run running plays.
28th time these two teams have met. Eastern Oregon leads in the series 18-9. Second down and 11. Kai from the 2-yard line. Kelly comes back to make the catch, but Brendan Kelly is out of bounds. He had 9 catches, a personal high last weekend against Southern Oregon.
Dustin Baum and Zach Janis kind of kept that from happening. Kelly could not get back to that ball and make a catch in bounds.
So Kai Quinn, 1 for 4 on the afternoon. 37 yards on that one completion. Third down and 11. Quinn, he's in the goal line. Quinn comes out, fires a strike to Kelly, and what a catch. Out near the 40-yard line. A great throwing ball. Also a spectacular catch from Brendan Kelly, and what a first down that was. On third down and 11 on the Opportunity Bank replay. How about this throw by Quinn? He threw that in the air over 50 yards, and Kelly jumps up, and it makes the great catch.
And how about the patience and the time he had to pick out that receiver downfield for Kai Quinn? And he had a low trajectory on it, and it didn't sail on him, and now we're marching off more yardage, I believe.
Third down and 11 and a big, big gain. And now from the 41-yard line, 13:39 left to be played in the first half. Eastern Oregon has found their passing game here in the second quarter. And they're going to go on the ground, and Victor for a gain of just a few. The big back, 5'9", 205-pound redshirt freshman from Middleton, Idaho. Gain of about 3 on that play.
Michael Bennett on that stop for the Bulldogs.
Connors split out wide to the left side for the Mountaineers.
Mountaineers doing a good job of mixing up their plays. That time they went with a running play on first down.
And Victor again. Hit at the line, and Victor spun down. A gain of about 4.
And Jason Ferris prevents that cutback move that would have taken him beyond the first down yardage if he'd gotten away from Jason Ferris.
Jason Ferris, another Dylan Beaver football player. They lost last night, the Beavers, to number 3 Hamilton, 32-28. Just their second regular season loss in 5 years for Dylan. You know, if they get back in the state championship game again, it's a Class A record, 7th straight trip to the State A final. On third down, and Lesser gets the first down. Lesser out to the 27-yard line.
What a great hole to run through for the running back from Eastern Oregon. He had plenty of options there around the right side and had room to run and pick up that first down, and Mountaineers getting deep in Western territory.
Connors to the left side. Kelly to the right side on first down and 10 for the 27-yard line. And they keep it on the ground again to Lesser inside the 25 to the 23 for a gain of 4 more. And Herm, how about that offensive line for Eastern Oregon? And what a job they've done so far here in the first half.
Yep, Colton Alefteris, Luke Thomas, Braden Kearsley, Ataya Matafa. They are doing a job on the Bulldog defense.
It's going to be second down and 6. Connors will come in motion. Quinn wants to run, then turns around. The pass is incomplete, and that was almost entered. Well, Dustin Pickens should have had the pick.
Dustin Pickens trailing that play, and he was in position to run all the way if he'd have made that catch. And Quinn, with his back to the Dillon defense, threw it right at him.
Another penalty. We're going to move the Mountaineers back. 11:14 left to be played here in the first. Low-scoring game thus far as Montana Western comes in averaging 28 points a game, and the Mountaineers averaging 25. Just one touchdown combined. It's going to be second down and 16.
That was one of those, are you throwing it to me plays by Dustin Pickens. Not ready for that perfect throw.
Quinn looking to Kelly, airs it out. Kelly, unable to make the catch right at the goal line for Brendan Kelly.
Boy, he had some room on his defender, and if that ball had been just a little more to the inside, Kelly would have had the touchdown.
All kinds of time for Quinn to air it out, and great pass.
Kelly gets a step on his defender, and boy, perfectly thrown ball there, even out in front of him, might have been TD.
Third down and long. Come up short here. Would not be surprised they go for it on fourth down. A lot of red jerseys, and Quinn comes out unscathed. His pass is incomplete. How did he not get taken down on that play? That is surprising. Connor Falk was the intended receiver.
And Denzel Mawa stayed with that play from senior high in Billings and chased him all the way to the sideline. Can't imagine Kai Quinn liked seeing that.
Well, they're going to go for a 50-yard field goal attempt for Hardin. He was good from 45 this year. He's not missed a field goal. He's got the wind to his back. Instead, on fourth down and 16, they're going to go for it or try to draw him off sides. Try to pick up 5 more yards for a Hardin field goal attempt. Fourth down and 16. Quinn on fourth down. Airs it out. It's bobbled, incomplete. Intended a receiver, Calvin Connors, and, well, the Bulldogs are going to get it back.
Bennett Gibson breaks that up at the last gasp. That's not Bennett Gibson. That's Sonny Owana. Watch Sonny Owana come up and make the stop on that pass and keep that from being a reception.
Well, the Bulldogs dodge a bullet. We'll take a break. Be back with more right after this.
Here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together,
Together, we can deliver a brighter future.
Just 63 yards of offense for the Bulldogs, 132 for the Mountaineers. Montana Western gets the football back, down by a touchdown. Gibson's got time. Gibson, wide open. Nate Simpkins with the catch. 4 receptions, 116 yards in that win against number 5 Montana Tech 2 weeks ago. The redshirt freshman out of Dillon gets a first down for the Bulldogs here. Now it's first down and 10 from the 47-yard line.
Boy, Gibson stared down that receiver and then moved toward it. Great protection by his line and a first down.
He wants to throw again, airs it out deep, catches incomplete.
That throw a little bit sailed on him, and Jordan Payne right there to make sure that he could not stay in bounds and make that reception. 10:20 to go in the first half.
Walker McKittrick, the intended receiver.
What a long throw in the air into the wind, and it was very close to being on target.
3 of 9 through the air for Bennett Gibson, the 6'1 senior from Mount Vernon, Washington. They'll keep it on the ground. Thompson's got room on the left side across the 40. Thompson, the 30, knocked out at about the 25-yard line. How about that run from the CMR product, Hunter Thompson?
Watch Isaiah Ritchie try to push Thompson out of bounds. He's not successful. Low center of gravity on Thompson, and then Haziel Ledesma gets blown up at the end of this play for the Mountaineers as Hunter Thompson does a great job of north and south running.
Well, the Bulldogs in the red zone for the first time this afternoon. Bennett Gibson out of the shotgun, looking right. Pocket collapses, throws while he's going down, and the pass is complete. Wow. And on the reception is Hunter, his 8th catch this year, a gain of 6 on that play.
That reception's all about Hunter staying with his quarterback because Jacob Schultz was spinning down Gibson in the midst of that throw.
Can't believe Gibson got that pass off. 3 wide receivers right side on 2nd down and 4. The Bulldogs now 13 yards out from making this a 1-point game. On the carry at the 10, down to the 5-yard line, Prenti. And that's a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal Western from the 5-yard line.
Western's runner slices back against the grain, and Garrett DeVos barely got him down as he falls near the end zone.
Sherwood with Nate Simpkins to the right side. Prenti is back with Gibson. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Here come the Mountaineers. The pass to Simpkins is incomplete. It's deflected,
Sherwood.
And it's incomplete. Sherwood almost made the catch after it went through the hands of Nate Simpkins. Boy, that would have been something. Let's watch this. Gibson back to throw, throwing behind the intended receiver, Simpkins, and Sherwood almost had the touchdown.
Sherwood arguing his case. That would have been a great highlight for the Bulldogs, but not allowed.
2nd down and goal for the 5-yard line. Well, Simpkins was open. Tight end to the left side. And they're going to keep it on the ground to Thompson. And Thompson, no. How about
Gibson.
that? Boy, they got me fooled
Faked
on
out
that
the announcers.
play. I thought Thompson had it. Instead, the quarterback, Gibson, on the bootleg. And Gibson stopped at about the 2-yard line. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
And Luis Cardenas stayed with Bennett Gibson. Everyone else in the stadium thought that was going to Thompson. He carried out the fake beautifully, but it's a down ball for the Bulldogs and a 3rd and 2.
Can the Bulldogs get on the scoreboard for the first time this afternoon? Gibson, he'll throw on 3rd and goal. The pass, it's caught. Yes! And the Bulldogs are on the scoreboard. Ryan Sullivan with the touchdown reception. A 3-yard touchdown reception. And we got a 1-point game.
Into the wind, it didn't matter if it sailed because Sullivan went up and got the throw. Was thrown perfectly by Gibson, allowing Sullivan to go up and get it and give his team a chance to tie at 7:44.
And on for the PAT, Karshenko. Snap back, the hold is down, and the kick is perfect, and this game is tied at 7-all.
Writing and arithmetic are elementary topics. But what about rate of return? First Interstate Bank is helping kids learn the basics of money management, partnering with schools across Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota to teach students to save money. Over 1,300 savings accounts later, these mini bankers have saved nearly $2 million, helping them learn another term, ROA, Return on Allowance. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
You got a truck truck for a reason, remember? So get some Firestone tires and go do truck stuff. Now through November 12th, get a $60 Firestone Visa prepaid card when you purchase a set of eligible tires. Get up to $100 when you make a qualifying tire purchase with your new or existing CFNA credit card. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Whalen Tire. We know tires.
Today we're going to talk about trucks. Right on. Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road midsize pickup?
I go Ram.
I would put it on Ford. Let's find out. Chevy. That's right. It's Chevy. They look amazing.
Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Trade up to this light-duty Silverado All-Star and get a total value of over $11,200. Or during Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular Chevy trucks. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
Coming up on the First Interstate Bank halftime report, we'll visit with Montana Western Hall of Famer Joe Morstein, the punter who led the nation back in 1960. Cheerleader Samantha Hubbard and Ruger Piva, wrestler and bull rider. That's all coming up on the First Interstate Bank halftime report. Kick into the wind. And it'll be picked up by Collins at the 20-yard line. Spins out of a tackle to the 27. This game is tied at 7 with 7:38 left to be played in quarter number 2.
Boy, it's amazing what the wind is doing to those kicks here today. And that one, you know, who knows? On a regular day, it might have gone down to the 10. Instead, it drops like a hand grenade on about the 22-yard, 26-yard line. So you're giving up about 15 yards on that wind minimum.
And Quinn back with the football for the Mountaineers. They keep it on the ground, and Lesser with the carry, and Lesser gets out across the 30-yard line for a gain on the play of about 5 yards, and Lesser 43 yards on the ground. Victor Diaz with 56 yards, and Quinn, surprisingly, has only carried the football twice. He went for 189 in week 2 against his team. Lesser again. Lesser to the 35-yard line where he's brought down. Third down coming up here for the Mountaineers.
Jason Ferris with a nice stop on the right side, holding the Mountaineers short of the first down. You know, we're seeing the passing skills of Kai Quinn. We kind of came in thinking that you'd have to stay honest with him as far as defending against the run, but he has been right on with passing most of the time.
Third down and short. 5 wide receivers are set to go out here. Brendan Kelly and Calvin Connors are both split out wide to the left side, and Quinn going to go deep over the middle. His receiver wide open. It's incomplete. TJ Hancock could not have been more wide open, and Quinn unable to get it to Hancock. Wow. I don't know, that had to be a defensive mistake there, Herm, because there's no way Hancock should have been that wide open, and maybe the wind caught that one, but
it didn't catch Hancock, though.
It did not.
Hancock had a 2 or 3 step lead on his defender, but that wind, that 15-yard wind we just talked about, probably still kept it in front of Hancock, much to the Bulldogs' advantage.
Now we get to see Harden punt with the wind. He's averaging 44 yards a kick, and he shanked that one. And still, it's going to go inside the 25-yard line, down to the 22-yard line. And the Bulldogs will get the football back when we come back to Vigilante Stadium. This game tied at 7.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
My name is Carson. Rodeo has become a very big part in my life. To win a rodeo, you got to be really dedicated, so I have to stay in shape. I really like when you're getting done with a run, because sometimes you have the highs and your lows in rodeo, but when you do good, it's really a great feeling. Tobacco, in my opinion, doesn't belong in rodeo. I mean, you can look at all the statistics and it's just been a damaging, destructive product. Tobacco doesn't take center stage, not in my rodeo.
My name is Ava Duncan. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and my major is natural horsemanship. I like the Experience One program because it's unique and it's innovative. I went and studied wild horses at the Pryor Mountain Range a week before school started, and I get credits for it, and I'm in a class for it right now studying everything we learned in our whole trip. Honestly, this program is what's giving me a shot at having a career in the horse industry, and for that I'm so grateful, and it's such a privilege to be here.
Six minutes, 7 seconds left to be played. This is quarter number 2 of the SWX Game of the Week, Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. Rocky Erickson alongside Herm Ellenboss, and on first down, it's Hunter Thompson. Going to try to make the corner, and Thompson dives to the 25 for a gain of about 3 yards. Hunter Thompson out of CMR, 74 yards already, averaging 8.2 yards a carry. Well, when you pick up 34 on one carry, kind of helps the average out just a bit.
He's a load to bring down. He's one of those runners that as the game progresses, if they run him enough times, he's going to get more and more yardage.
Gibson wants to throw, and so Walser's open, and the catch is made. That is Sherwood. George Sherwood. Wow. He was wide open. The Mountaineers had help coming defensively, but not in time for George Sherwood to make a great catch. And, well, not a bad pass by
throw was right
Bennett
on the money.
Gibson.
Look at Sherwood. He gets some space on his defender and then makes sure he cradles the ball in and brings it in before falling out of bounds.
First down and 10, the 38-yard line here. 3 wide receivers set to go out up on top. Gibson, he wants to throw on first down. Looking left all the way. Walser makes the catch. And Herm, he had 3 wide receivers to the right side. He never looked to the right once. That was going to go to Walser all the way.
And Walser got a little bit of gap between the up defender and the back defender. And perfectly thrown ball, a little high, but those receivers will take that all day.
Another first down for Montana Western, trying to take the lead here, 27 yards away from the end zone. Gibson, handoff. Thompson hit behind the line, and Thompson is going down, and a loss of a couple. Jacob Schultz on that tackle.
Little junk cut by Jacob Schultz at the line, and it was all him and Thompson, and he made sure Thompson was down. There's the handoff. Now the Thompson sprint to the middle, and Thompson nowhere to go.
Gibson, 8 of 16, 92 yards and a touchdown. It's going to be second down and 11. Gibson stays in the pocket to the end zone. Yes! It's caught incomplete. They say he's out of bounds. Walser. Wow.
And I
can't believe he was out of bounds.
I can't believe the accuracy of these throws into the wind by these quarterbacks.
Great throw by Bennett Gibson. Walser in the back of the end zone. He was out of bounds.
And, of course, Ritchie got up immediately trying to sell that. That's what you do when you let the ball be caught over your head.
Third down and 11. Well, almost. The lead for the Bulldogs. Looking right, airs it out. Sherwood makes the catch, and the penalty flag is down.
It's going to be an offensive pass interference call on Sherwood. Pretty obvious push there just before, as you can see, a shove by Sherwood at the end of this. I didn't see it in the highlight, but it was obvious from our point of view. and Western is going to back up.
It's not a penalty if the official doesn't see it. 3:37 left to be played here in the first half. This game is tied at 7. Western comes in 3-4 on the year. Eastern Oregon 2-4 the second time they met. Back on September 9th in LeGrand, Oregon. Eastern Oregon came back to win 27-24. It's the 28th meeting in the history of this series. Eastern Oregon leads 18-9. They have not won a road game this year. They're 0-3. This is a team that made it not just to the playoffs a year ago, but they were in the Final Four, losing to Baker in the semis. Third down, how about 25? And on the run, Thompson got room, 40. Thompson 35 down to the 30, and does not make it back to the original line of scrimmage, but gets down to about the 29-yard line. And on fourth down and long here, from the 29, you really can't kick a field goal into the wind from 46 yards. So the Bulldogs are set to go for it here.
Thompson lowers his shoulder and knocks back Hughes at least 5 yards when he delivers the hit at the end of that last run.
Fourth down and 13. Gibson looking left to Sherwood. No, Sherwood can't bring it home at about the 5-yard line. And, Bennett Gibson threw that one, Herman, double coverage. But, hey, George Sherwood had a shot at it, though. He really did.
Sherwood had a great look at that. It was a back shoulder throw. Ritchie right with him, and Sherwood had both hands on that ball, couldn't bring it in.
Boy, the quarterbacks at this level are outstanding, aren't they?
Well, especially when you feel that wind when you go out there and do your stuff before the game and see these guys playing into that wind and the punts dropping straight down, and they're still getting their throws on target.
First down and 10, and Victor with the carry. Victor breaks a couple of tackles. Victor still going. That's a gain of 12 for Diaz. He's got a touchdown run to his credit this afternoon, and boy.
And the tackle done by Team Bulldog, nobody could bring him down until the very end.
We're tied at 7. Victor again hit behind the line, and a Victor a gain of just a couple on that play. So it's going to be second down coming up. So Victor Diaz, his numbers on the afternoon, 9 carries, 69 yards, averaging 7.7 yards a carry and a touchdown. Play action, gonna go deep. It's short, coming back for the football. Brendan Kelly makes a great move, and Kelly into the end zone on a touchdown that covers 57 yards. 57 yards, and Brendan Kelly came back for the football. Watch this. What a play by Kelly. Quinn gets the pass off. Kelly comes back, makes the catch, double coverage, blows past his defenders, and runs the remaining 30 yards into the end zone on that touchdown. 57-yard pass, and Eastern Oregon has taken the lead on the PAT. The kick is up. It's good. It's 14-7. Eastern Oregon out on top. A big, big play there for the Mountaineers as Quinn got it to Kelly. Wow. 14-7. The Mountaineers are out on top. Last week in their rivalry game up against Southern Oregon, the 7th-ranked team in the nation. They were ahead in that game, and then Southern Oregon came back to win it 31-27. And how about Quinn? He threw for 307 yards in that game, and that's the most yards that Kai Quinn has thrown for this season. But in a losing effort for the Bulldogs of Montana Western, they got blasted at home last weekend, losing to the College of Idaho 59-27. And that after they knocked off the 5th-ranked team in the nation, the Montana Tech Ore Diggers, the week before, 42-35. Bennett Gibson, a huge game 2 weeks ago. He threw for 365 and 3 touchdowns. And Thompson ran for 117 yards in that win up against Montana Tech. And Nathan Harden on the kick. And it'll be taken from the 4-yard line. On the return out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Well, what do the Bulldogs have for a 2-minute offense here? Well, 143 to be exact. 14-7 our score. It's Hall of Fame Saturday coming up on the First Interstate Bank halftime report. I'll interview Joe Morstein. Joe Morstein back in 1960 led the nation in punting. He averaged 46 yards a punt. He got the nickname Joe the Toe Morstein. Now, the leading punter in the NFL in 1960 was Bobby Joe Green of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he averaged 44.2 yards a kick. So Joe Morstein back in 1960, he led everybody. And being inducted into the Hall of Fame at halftime today, the 1967 Bulldogs football team, they claimed the Frontier League's first championship with a 55-6 win over Rocky Mountain College. They were 6-1 on the year. They lost their opener to Ricks College before they rolled through and won their remaining 6 games. So the Bulldogs down by a touchdown will start their drive for the 25-yard line. Bennett Gibson, 8 of 18, 92 yards in the game. And they're going to keep it on the ground. Hunter Thompson. Thompson with a first down and then some. Thompson out to the 40-yard line, a 15-yard gain for Hunter Thompson. Wow. Thompson's got 90 yards here in the first half, averaging 7.5 yards a carry. Wow. He went for 140 against the College of Idaho. He's had 3 100-yard games. The pass is incomplete. Intended receiver was Walker McKittrick. And a penalty flag is down. Thompson had 104 yards against Northern, 113 in the first meeting against Eastern Oregon. Season high, 140 against the College of Idaho. A minute 22 left to be played here in the first half. Herm Ellenboss will interview cheerleader Samantha Hubbard, who won a volunteer award from the governor recently, and Ruger Piva, outstanding wrestler and bull rider. That's coming up at halftime. First down and 10 right at midfield for the Bulldogs. They're going to send 4 wide receivers out here on first down, low snap. Gibson, screen pass, caught Thompson. Hit it in midfield. Thompson still on the run. And Thompson, great run after the catch. And they're going to say Hunter Thompson stepped out after a gain of about 6. Hunter Thompson, 5'10 senior out of CMR. He's having a big game here. He really is. Thompson, he's got 19 catches so far this season. Well, the Bulldogs are 44 yards away now. Second down and 4, minute 16 left to go. 3 wide receivers left side. Gibson going to look right to his single receiver, airs it out to George Sherwood. It's incomplete. Nice coverage on the part of the Mountaineers. Now it's going to be third down. Coming up for Montana Western. The Bulldogs giving up 39 points a game on the season. The Mountaineers giving up 31 points a game. Third down and 4 for Western from the 44. 99 seconds left to be played. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left side. Working against the wind. Gibson looking right to Sherwood. Comes back, makes the catch. The 20 gets tripped up. Our George Sherwood would have been in the end zone. Wow. Sherwood stopped at the 11-yard line. Let's watch the Opportunity Bank replay. Gibson got it to Sherwood at the 25-yard line. Then he was just tripped up. Brought down at the 11-yard line. Bulldogs are knocking on the door here. First down and 10. Thompson left side, got some room. Thompson the 5. Thompson lowers his head. It's going to be a touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown run for Hunter Thompson. And we got a 1-point game. 38 seconds left to be played. And Hunter Thompson into the end zone. And for Hunter Thompson, that is just his second touchdown run this season. Karshenko on for the PAT. And how big is this for Karshenko to tie the game? The kick is up, and the kick is good. And this game is tied at 14. Hunter Thompson with the 11-yard touchdown run. So Eastern Oregon scores first. Montana Western comes back to tie it. At the end of one, Eastern Oregon led 7-0, and now the Bulldogs have scored twice here in the second. And this game's all knotted up at 14 with 38 seconds left to be played here in quarter number 2. Well, we're here in the football capital of the state in Beaverhead County. And Beaverhead County High School, Dillon, well, they were upset last night by Hamilton 32-28. Their first loss this season. And for head coach Rick Nordahl in his 5th season, how about a win-loss record of 48-5? They've won 3 state titles in the last 4 years, a program that Terry Thomas started and got that winning tradition going. They won state championships in 2000, 03, 05, 06, and 2011. And it'll be Collins from the 20-yard line and trying to find some room to run and nowhere to go. So the Mountaineers with 31 seconds left to be played in the first half. And you got to wonder if Eastern Oregon will be play it safe here, with just 31 seconds to go. And what a great game. Tied at 14. Late in the second quarter on the SWX Game of the Week from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. Kai Quinn has not run with the football as much as we thought he would. Quinn 3 for 11 through the air. Quinn wants to throw. Quinn takes a hit as he releases the football. And the pass is caught for a gain of about 12 yards. Both teams with 3 timeouts left. 20 seconds left. Mountaineers will work from the 35-yard line over the middle incomplete. On the incompletion, the clock is stopped with 14 seconds left. The Bulldogs 131 yards through the air. Eastern Oregon with 144. Total offense is getting close to even. Remember, the Bulldogs at the end of the first quarter only had 26 yards of offense. It's going to be second down and 10 from the 35, just 14 seconds left. And this game is tied at 14 apiece.
6 with the pass.
Quinn looking right. Quinn's got all day. Pass is caught near midfield. And TJ Hancock makes the catch, his 13th on the season. Mountaineers will take a timeout. 7 seconds left. Mountaineers are 3 yards away from midfield here. In that first quarter, Montana Western had just 18 yards rushing and 8 yards passing, and they made up the difference with a huge second quarter where they scored twice, and this game is knotted up at 14. Herm Ellenboss down coming up at halftime. He's ready to interview cheerleader Samantha Hubbard and also bull rider and wrestler Ruger Piva. I'll visit with Joe Morstein, one of the most famous people, not just in Montana, but all over the region. First down and 10, and what will the Mountaineers do here with just 7 seconds left to be played in the first half. Quinn will line him up. Will they have time for more than one play? High snap. Quinn brings it down, and that's going to be a hold. Quinn airs it out deep, got a receiver into the end zone for a touchdown, but I think it's coming back. TJ Hancock, what a throw. That went 60 yards in the air, but a hold against the Mountaineers and wipe out that 53-yard touchdown catch.
No, it should be a 10-second run option.
Wow. And I believe the first half will come to an end. There's no time on the clock.
It's an offensive penalty. So it's a 37. Should be over.
Wow. 53-yard touchdown wiped out. They're going to add some more time on the clock.
37, first attempt on 37.
An untimed down on an offensive penalty?
Boy, Quinn, he threw that 60 yards through the air. So they're going to run a play with no time on the clock here.
An untimed down on an offensive
Kai Quinn scrambles for his life. Quinn tries the left side. Now he's going to go to the right side. Now Quinn will air it out. Coming back for the football, it's bobbled. Collins was there trying to pick it up. And now it's official, folks. Now it's halftime. This game is all locked up, 14 apiece here at the break. The First Interstate Bank halftime show coming up right after this.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
Today we're going to talk about trucks. Right on. Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I'd go Ram.
I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right. It's Chevy.
They look amazing.
Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Trade up to this light-duty Silverado All-Star and get a total value of over $11,200. Or during Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular Chevy trucks. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate. I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together.
Together.
Together, we can deliver a brighter future.
2 year in a row, 3-point leader. Who's that? Yeah. See about 6, 7. You're gonna have to carry. We have no gas.
You left me. You have nobody? He was told to beat somebody in there right at halftime because you left.
Where's Joe Morstein?
I don't know.
You guys come and just do a little halftime.
Okay.
Get me on the other side. Me and her.
There's the porta potties right down there, or there's the building. Building sounds better. It is better. You're on the far side? Where that group of coaches is walking? Is that it? You're on.
I heard you talking to her.
I see this.
I could have done a great interview I could have done a great interview. I'm waiting for my rodeo guy.
There's my guy. You want me to do my guy?
Your guy. I'll wait for my rodeo. Okay. She said she'd come back. Okay. You're on air.
Halftime, we are tied at 14. The SWX Game of the Week. Hall of Fame Saturday. This is the First Interstate Bank halftime report. Herm? Well, the wind played a little bit of factor in the passing game. Definitely in the punting game. We've seen some 56, 62-yard punts, but a defensive battle thus far.
much less effect than I would have guessed watching that flag and watching those kicks come straight down. These quarterbacks know how to throw the ball in wind, and to their credit, they are getting those balls near their receivers, and they are getting enough time to throw. So pretty impressive first half for both teams.
How about Hunter Thompson, the big back from CMR, close to 100 yards on the ground? Herm, if I'm surprised by anything here in the first half, it's got to be Kai Quinn and the fact that he's only carried the ball 3 times. The first time these two teams met, third week of the season, Quinn rushed for 189 yards. He comes in with almost 500 yards, the leading rusher, yet he's only carried the ball a couple of times.
I'm surprised by that too, Rocky, but I'm also surprised with how good a passer he is. You know, he has really had some good throws, and his line is buying him a lot of time. And how about Hunter Thompson? How many guys it takes to bring him down? He's exactly the kind of back you need on a day like this in Dillon, Montana.
And the unsung heroes so far in his first half, it's got to be the offensive lines. They've done a great job. We'll visit with a Hall of Famer right after this.
I chose to go to Montana Western to follow in my grandpa's footsteps.
I chose to continue my education here at Western because this is a family. We're dog for dog.
I chose Western because of the block system.
I chose Montana Western because it's a great value, a great location, there's a ton of cool people.
It's hard to be in college and not be focused.
Being an athlete even helps you become more and more focused.
If I don't stay focused, I fall way behind on schoolwork.
A lot of homework on the bus and in hotel room.
This is one of the most formational times in your life, and so it's important to make healthy choices.
Because people who are tobacco-free just do better in school.
I don't use tobacco. I feel like your body is your temple.
I don't think I'd be the person I am today if I had used tobacco products.
I'm focused on a tobacco-free generation.
The Sundowner Motel, right in the heart of Dillon, is your friendly, locally owned and operated motel. Nothing too fancy, just clean rooms with comfortable beds, free Wi-Fi, HBO, and an affordable price. Start your day off with our continental breakfast as you head out to see all the sights around Dillon. Oh, and it's right next to the Mexican bus. We're pet friendly with ample car and truck parking. The Sundowner Motel, call us at 406-683-2375.
You know, here in Dillon, Montana, the most famous person is not the CEO of the hospital, and it's not the president of the college. No, the most famous person is the person who picks up the trash. His name is Joe Morstein. And how fitting here on the First Interstate Bank halftime show on Hall of Fame Saturday, as several people are being inducted into the Montana Western Hall of Fame, we have the opportunity to visit with a Bulldog Hall of Famer. It was back in 1960 when Joe Morstein, nicknamed Joe the Toe Morstein, led the nation in punting, averaging 46 yards a kick. Now, when Joe Morstein averaged 46 yards a kick in 1960, well, that led the nation, not just NAIA, but NCAA and the NFL. Joe, what do you remember most from that 1960 season?
Well, apparently we didn't have the best offense in the league. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got the kick so much. But it was just a great run, Rock. We had a good team, and it was fun. I don't know if I'd like to play now. They're just too tough.
You were also the running back and the punter back in those days. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And once in a while I'd play middle guard.
Oh, wow.
So it was, we just kind of filled in wherever.
Now tell me, you know, back in those days in 1960, if you were the best punter in all of college football, averaging 46 yards a kick, what about playing at the next level in the NFL?
Well, we just had a new baby, and I always was raised in a large family, and family was always more important than that. And I couldn't see myself living in Chicago and my wife living in Montana.
But you did have an opportunity, if you wanted, to go play at that next level.
Yeah, I could have played there. I could punt a football. Some people can sing, some people can run. I could punt a football.
Joe Morstein can also sing too, by the way. But Joe, tell us, in 1982, you were inducted into the Montana Western Hall of Fame. What does that mean to you to be a Hall of Famer?
Well, Western is a small family, and when you get to be somebody and you're in a small family, it seems like it's a lot nicer. You don't have to compete with people from all over the world for it. And so I love Dillon. I've loved Dillon since I came here in 1958. And so to be a part of that history is it's like having a son when you're a football player.
Now, not only is Joe Morstein in the Hall of Fame here at Montana Western, but he's also in another Hall of Fame, the Montana Officials Association, one of the greatest basketball officials in state history. How many years did you do that?
Well, probably 25 or so. I started when I was just out of college to make enough money to pay for food. I was teaching school, and that was a wonderful time to stay active in athletics and not really be in the game.
You didn't have any sportscasters give you a hard time back in your officiating days, did you?
Oh, I'm sure I didn't. Yeah, I'm sure I didn't. It creates a little character in you when folks call you names that you don't care for.
Well, almost everybody in Montana knows who the world-famous Joe Morstein is, and tell us what you're doing today, Joe.
Well, today I'm still doing the garbage hauling. I don't do much of it. I just kind of hang out and watch what goes on, and I have a lot of liberty to run around and see friends, and that's kind of my gig these days, Rock.
Joe Morstein, one of the most famous people you'll ever meet from Dillon, Montana, inducted into the Montana Western Hall of Fame back in 1982. We're tied at 14. This, the First Interstate Bank halftime report.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
Well, we go from a Hall of Famer, Joe Morstein, to a cute cheerleader, a sophomore from Dawson County High School in Glendive, Samantha Hubbard. And Samantha, not that long ago, you won a big-time award. Tell us about that.
I won the Volunteer of the Game Award, which recognizes the service I've done in the community and all my volunteer work and work in and out of school. So,
you got to tell us about this volunteer work and the service work that you've done to win this award.
So I was elected on Student Senate 2 years in a row. I help with the Humane Society. I work at the church as a Sunday school teacher and worship leader. I help with the rodeos over Labor Day, concessions for basketball.
Do you have time to study? And if so, what is your major?
Yeah, I study a lot. I am studying interdisciplinary social science with hopes to go to law after I graduate here.
So let's say 6-7 years from now, where are we going to see Miss Samantha Hubbard from Glendive, Montana?
Well, I hope you don't see me in the courtroom.
Samantha Hubbard, one of the cheerleaders at Montana Western, on our first Interstate Bank halftime report.
Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
In 1968, Homer Scott Sr. purchased a small bank in Sheridan, Wyoming. That endeavor was the start of First Interstate Bank. Homer knew that the bank would only be as strong as the communities it served. Today, Homer's credo still holds true. First Interstate has donated more than $50 million and 154,000 volunteer hours to nonprofit organizations and the communities it serves. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Today we're going to talk about trucks. Right on. Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right. It's Chevy.
They look amazing. Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Trade up to this light-duty Silverado All-Star and get a total value of over $11,200. Or during Truck Month, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular Chevy trucks. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
Yep. And we're back in Dillon as the score's tied at the half, 14-14, with some late scoring in that second quarter that produced an exciting finish to the first half, setting up what should be an extremely exciting second half here in Dillon. Wind's not the factor as far as passing game that we expected today, as both quarterbacks have had some effectiveness into the wind. Let's take a look at our first half stats. Eastern Oregon with 11 first downs, Western with 13. Eastern Oregon through the air, 23 attempts, 135 yards. Western 17 attempts and 127 yards. Total passing yards for Eastern Oregon, 169, 131 for Montana Western. The Mountaineers ran 38 plays, a total of 304 yards in the first half. Western ran 38 plays for 258 yards.
You know, the biggest thing in that first half, and look at the stats, time of possession, Herm. How about 25 minutes for Eastern Oregon, 13 for Western?
They had the plays that kept the chains moving and kept their team out on the floor, on the field on offense, and it's just not been the game I thought it would be. I thought it would be more high scoring in spite of the wind. We saw a lot of running in the first quarter. We saw Hunter Thompson with that big run to start out the game, and it looked like, here we go, we're going to run up and down the field, and then things really slowed down offensively for both these squads before the passing game caught up with the early running game.
You know, when I was here 2 weeks ago for that Montana Tech Montana Western game, I mean, the two teams put up 77 points as Western upset the Diggers. Final score 42-35, but very impressed with Hunter Thompson. He had that one carry for 34 yards, 116 yards in the first half. Hunter Thompson with an 11-yard touchdown run that tied this game up, and more of a defensive battle than what we thought it would be. Kai Quinn just 5 of 15 for 169, but the big surprise for Kai Quinn, just 2 carries in the game. He's only rushed twice and 8 yards, and he's the leading rusher on the team.
And George Sherwood, not a bad first half. He had a big penalty called against him on one play, but he's also done a lot with offense. And he has caught a couple of passes for a total of 70 yards. And Hunter Thompson, 3 receptions, 14 yards. But the leading receiver for Western in the first half was George Sherwood with 2 receptions for 70 yards.
Well, it's been an exciting first half for him. You couldn't ask for anything more than this. We are tied at 14 at halftime as we get set for quarter number 3. I'd like to thank our halftime sponsor again, First Interstate Bank. Had a great visit with Hall of Famer Joe Morstein, and I stole the cheerleader interview with Samantha Hubbard from Herm, and I got to do it, Herm. What can I say?
You know, and when we were talking before we went to that interview, I had at least a 1.5 height advantage on her, and I thought that would be such a good interview. They were going to go YouTube with it and everything else. A big 6'8" Herm towering over Samantha, and she was just the sweetest gal we ever met.
And we're tied at 14 at halftime. We'll take a final timeout. When we come back, it's quarter number 3 from Vigilante Stadium in Dillon.
Hi, I'm Christy.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy. Natural gas appliances provide wonderful benefits when used properly.
But faulty or improperly maintained devices can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe
by installing carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your house. And make sure your gas appliances are properly vented. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off,
get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
EBMS was founded in 1980 to ensure Montana companies could provide health benefits that were both beneficial and affordable. That vision hasn't changed, it's just grown. I joined EBMS more than 20 years ago, and I'm proud to have been part of this growth. Today, more than 300 team members join me at EBMS to offer on-site clinics, wellness, prescription programs, and a full array of benefit services. We've emerged as an industry leader and one of Montana's premier employers.
Join a dynamic organization that offers career growth, exceptional benefits, and support for community involvement. EBMS.
Biggest surprise on the stat sheet in the first half, time of possession. Eastern Oregon, 25 minutes and 41 seconds in the first half. And Montana Western had the football about half that, 13 minutes and 13 seconds. This game is tied at 14, and quarter number 3 is underway. Line drive kick, stays in, Pounce gets all the way to the 2-yard line before it's finally picked up and fumbled and recovered. Oh, my. Isaiah Ritchie had some problems there as the ball went past him. Then he bobbled the football, and, first down and 10, Herm, from inside the 3-yard line.
Great way to start the second half, and Ritchie not once but twice gave the ball away and got on it both times to at least keep the possession for his team.
First down and 10, and Kai Quinn, he's about 3 yards back in the end zone here to take the snap. First offensive possession of this second half. They're going to keep it on the ground, and with the carry is Lesser, and Lesser, he gets him a little bit of breathing room out to the 5-yard line.
Boy, you got to be careful here. You don't want to hand the ball back to Western. With the first couple of plays of the second half, you come out of the locker room with all these schemes, and bam, you're backed up to your own goal line.
So it's going to be second down and 7. Now Quinn's at about the goal line. Play action. Quinn will roll left in trouble. Quinn is going to be sacked. That is going to be a safety. Jason Ferris, linebacker, out of Dillon, Montana, with a safety, and the Bulldogs have taken the lead out on top, 16-14, and Quinn had nowhere to go.
Kai Quinn kind of trusted his escapability, but he did not count on Jason Ferris with that tackle in the end zone, and Western takes the 16-14 lead.
Jason Ferris got the tackle for a loss in the end zone, and 16-14. The Bulldogs, that's their first lead of the game, and Montana Western, they're going to get the football back as well. And boy, Herm, what a way to start. But, it all started on that kick, unable to be fielded at the 2-yard line, then bobbled. And
a real forgettable sequence for the Mountaineers as they come out of the locker room and play giveaway in their first possession.
You can kick or punt from the 20-yard line. Just underway here in the third quarter on the SWX Game of the Week. Rocky Erickson with Herm Allenboss. And the first lead for the Bulldogs out on top, 17-14. And Nathan Harden, one of the top punters in the nation. He is 5th best, averaging 44 yards a punt. Has elected to punt instead of kicking the football from the 20-yard line and with the wind to his back.
It's almost a south wind. I noticed when we were doing our interviews, it's swung around a little bit to the left of the announcer shed here. So it's not really directly behind the players. It's coming more out of the southwest.
Nice high spiral kick. Taken from the 20-yard line and return out near the 40-yard line. And that's Christian on the return. And Montana Western, well, they've already scored, and their offense has not touched the football here in the second half.
And boy, does Eastern Oregon have to get a stop here and get their hopes back to play well in this third quarter. That safety, even though it's only 2 points, it's kind of demoralizing when everything falls apart for you. And now Western just licking their chops to take their offense down the field.
Bennett Gibson, 10 of 21, 131 yards and a touchdown in the first half. Their drive will start at the 38-yard line for Gibson. Hunter Thompson gets the call. Thompson breaks through. And Hunter Thompson, who had an amazing first half. He rushed for 116 yards. It's the 4th game this year that Thompson's been over the century mark. And on his first carry, Hunter Thompson's going to go for 7.
Thompson was one hop from going all the way on that one. One more push of that leg, he might have got his balance and taken off. But fortunately for the Mountaineers, he fell after that second hop.
Second down and short here for the Bulldogs. Their first lead of the afternoon. Play action. Gibson rolls left, wants to throw. Blindside hit and incomplete. And, boy, he got wiped out on that play, Herm.
Held on to it a little bit too long. Sherwood came open, but Gibson didn't see him in time, and then he had to think about escaping, and he was blasted by Luis Cardenas, number 58.
But Bennett had no idea they were coming on the blind side, and he couldn't see the rush. And he was lucky to get that off. Now it's going to be third down and 3 for the 46-yard line. 4 wide receivers are set to go out here for the Bulldogs. Gibson in trouble. Flushed out, takes a hit, unloads the football short. Sherwood comes back, makes the catch. Sherwood inside the 10, and it's going to be a touchdown for the Bulldogs. What an amazing play. That's going to cover 54 yards, and the Bulldogs have had quite the first 2 minutes of this second half.
And Gibson hung in there, took a hit. Watch that hit at the end of that play that Gibson took, and he still got the ball right on the money. Sherwood bumps off the safety and takes off for the end zone, and the 8-point lead for the Western Bulldogs.
Karshenko on for the PAT.
Gibson really felt the end of that play. I hope he comes out okay next series for the Bulldogs.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. And it is 23-14 Bulldogs.
Today we're going to talk about trucks. Right on. Which of these truck brands do you think offers best-in-class HD horsepower and the most capable off-road mid-size pickup?
I go Ram. I would put it on Ford.
Let's find out.
Chevy.
That's right. It's Chevy.
They look amazing. Wow.
Chevy's killing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Trade up to this light-duty Silverado All-Star and get a total value of over $11,200. Or during truck month, get 0% financing for 72 months on our most popular Chevy trucks. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
You got a truck for a reason, remember? So get some Firestone tires and go do truck stuff. Now through November 12th, get a $60 Firestone Visa prepaid card when you purchase a set of eligible tires. Get up to $100 when you make a qualifying tire purchase with your new or existing CFNA credit card. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Well, not a bad game for George Sherwood. 3 receptions, 124 yards and a touchdown, averaging more than 41 yards a reception. And how about this start for Montana Western in the second half? We've played less than 2 minutes. They've already scored twice. Not a bad kick into the wind, taken on about the 10-yard line, and for the 34-yard line, the Mountaineers back on offense.
Isaiah Ritchie gets swarmed at the end of that play. Boy, Sherwood is such a physical receiver in this game. He considers it personal if you try to take the ball away from him or knock it away. He got the one penalty in the first half, which went for big yards, but in the other plays, he has fought the ball away from his defender and made huge plays for this Western team.
And to think Montana Western scoreless in that first quarter, they only had 26 yards of offense in quarter number 1. And the quarterback keep, and Quinn goes absolutely nowhere. Jason Ferris, he's having quite the third quarter, Herm. He had the safety with the sack in the end zone, and now a tackle for a loss on Quinn.
And we have not seen Quinn really show that running numbers that he came into the game with. There might be something physically wrong with him as far as why he's passing more.
Not even close, but, hey, Ferris has been all over him. Heavy pressure here. Quinn gets it off. It's going to be intercepted. Christian Hanser. Hanser could go the distance. Hanser inside the 10. Dives for the pylon. He's just short. Stopped at the 3-yard line. Christian Hanser from Broadview, Montana. He is married to Brianna. Brianna's on the volleyball team here at Montana Western. And Christian Hanser with the interception. And that is the 7th pick from Quinn. Could this third quarter be any better for Montana Western?
Well, they're getting some margin very early in this third quarter. 23-14 already, at least, and now they're poised to take it on in again. Hanser just stayed in his spot, played his position, made the interception, and took off for the goal line.
Did not count as a touchdown, and there's a late play.
And Bennett Gibson not out there. We saw him limp off after he got blitzed at the end of that touchdown play to Sherwood, and he is not back out there yet.
Well, the third quarter started. The Bulldogs tackled Quinn in the end zone for a safety. They scored a long touchdown, now a pick. And Montana Western is having an amazing first 3 minutes of this third quarter. First and goal, 8-yard line and out of the Wildcat, and that's going to be Sean Miller. Sean Miller with the carry and maybe a gain of about 1.
Banged down after little or no gain. After the penalty set them back, they were sitting on the 3-yard line, as you mentioned. Penalty set them back, and Sean Miller comes in cold, takes off to the right.
Well, did Quinn McQuarrie did Bennett Gibson get hurt?
He was blitzed at the touchdown play.
So new quarterback is Sean Miller, redshirt freshman out of Blackfoot, Idaho. Second down and goal. Miller on his first throw. Miller to Nate Simpkins. It's going to be intercepted. It was deflected and picked off by Justin Hughes. And Justin Hughes out of Nevada with the interception, but that is not Sean Miller's. You can't really blame him on the interception as that ball was deflected as we watched it on the
Opportunity. Look at all the coverage that he
Bank
throws
replay.
into, though. I mean, he throws into a mob of coverage over there. There's white jerseys everywhere. Very little chance for that to succeed, but you don't check out of stuff and you don't have confidence to back away from the play when you're just in the game. He went with the play as it was called, and big play for the Mountaineers that could be a game changer here as far as turning the momentum around.
Sean Miller is the new quarterback for Montana Western. And Kai Quinn needs to generate some offense here for the Mountaineers. 23-14. It's the Bulldogs out on top. Victor finds some room to run, and there's a late play. Gain of about 6 for Victor Diaz.
Might have been a horse collar over there at the end of that play. That's what the signal was from the defender over there for Western. And of course, he's the official one. Nope, a hold on Eastern Oregon. They're going to back it up. So their drive starts the same way that Western's drive started when they had it on the 3-yard line. They go backwards. Only Mountaineers have a long way to go with the wind at their back. Or out their right shoulder anyway.
It's going to be first down and 20 for Eastern Oregon. They come into the game averaging 184 on the ground, 196 through the air, almost identical. Play action, Kai. He's going to air it out deep, little too deep, and one of the coaches makes a great catch on the sideline. Unfortunately, he's an ineligible receiver. So now it's going to be second down and long.
And another example of that line for the Mountaineers, just giving Kai Quinn a ton of time back there. He finally just got rid of it because he got bored.
Second down and long coming up for the Mountaineers. Unbelievable start to the second half for the Montana Western Bulldogs. Quinn, 5 of 17. He struggled a bit. Quinn airs it out for the 18th time. Got a receiver incomplete. And wow, Brendan Kelly almost made a spectacular catch.
He got in front of his or behind his coverage again, and he kind of kept the ball in the air. Watch the pop into the air, and Kelly almost came down with it after he tried to tip it to himself.
That offensive line is giving the Mountaineers plenty of time, and Kelly was open.
And nobody between him and the goal line.
Third down and long for the Mountaineers. Kai Quinn from the 3 dumps it off to Lesser, and Lesser is going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be about it. And their big-time kicker, Nathan Harden, will punt with the win with 11:06 left to be played. This is quarter number 3 of the SWX Game of the Week. 23-14, Montana Western out on top.
Devin Christian will set up on about the 33-yard line.
Nathan Harden's last kick did not get all of it. He's back at about the 7-yard line. Here comes the rush. Nice spiral kick. And taken at the 24-yard line. And Christian gets out near the 30-yard line. And the Bulldogs are back on offense again. And they lead 23-14.
In 1968, Homer Scott Sr. purchased a small bank in Sheridan, Wyoming. That endeavor was the start of First Interstate Bank. Homer knew that the bank would only be as strong as the communities it served. Today, Homer's credo still holds true. First Interstate has donated more than $50 million and 154,000 volunteer hours to nonprofit organizations and the communities it serves. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
I chose to go to Montana Western to follow in my grandpa's footsteps.
I chose to continue my education here at Western because this is a family. We're a dog for dog.
I chose Western because of the block system.
I
I chose Montana Western because it's a great value, a great location. There's a ton of cool people.
EBMS was founded in 1980 to ensure Montana companies could provide health benefits that were both beneficial and affordable. That vision hasn't changed, it's just grown. I joined EBMS more than 20 years ago, and I'm proud to have been part of this growth. Today, more than 300 team members join me at EBMS to offer on-site clinics, wellness, prescription programs, and a full array of benefit services. We've emerged as an industry leader and one of Montana's premier employers.
Join a dynamic organization that offers career growth, exceptional benefits, and support for community involvement. EBMS.
Bulldogs with the lead and the football. 10 minutes and 26 seconds left to be played. Here in the third, it has been an amazing third quarter for Montana Western. They'll start their drive from the 30-yard line, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Saucedo on the carry and a gain of just a couple.
Chase Van Wyk got through the blocker and made a short work of that play for the Mountaineers. 10-minute mark of the third quarter.
Second down and 8, 320 yards of offense for Montana Western this afternoon, 310 for Eastern Oregon. Running back, Saucedo makes the catch, and on the completion, they're going to lose 2.
And Bennett Gibson back out there, which is a sigh of relief for Bulldog fans as he missed a series. Sean Ellen covered for him. And the tackle on that play by Michael Arenas for the Mountaineers.
Third down and 10. Bennett Gibson, 11 of 23, 185 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. His favorite receiver, well, how about George Sherwood? 3 catches for 124 and a score. 3 wide receivers left side for Mr. Gibson. Third down and 10. Bennett airs it out to the right side. Sulzer makes the catch, and that could be a touchdown inside the 20. Walser will walk in with the score, and that'll go 70 yards, and the Bulldogs can't do anything wrong here in the third quarter. They've scored again.
Defensive back gives up on this one, and Walser just kept on running. He couldn't believe how open he was after making that catch, and he sails into the end zone, and the Bulldogs are breaking this one open in the third quarter.
Boy, Herm, this is amazing. 9:01 to go, and that's their third score of the game. A 70-yard pass play, Bennett to Walser. And the extra point kick is up, and it is good. How about 30-14 Bulldogs?
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
In the 1950s, people thought cigarettes were harmless. Today, it's e-cigarettes. Vaping is highly addictive. Plus, there are heavy metals, tin and aluminum, lead, formaldehyde, acetone, carcinogens, and toxic chemicals in the vapor. E-cigarettes are not regulated. Corporate tobacco hasn't changed their game, just their technology. If you want to quit, call the Quit line for free help and FDA-approved medications.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together.
Together.
Together, we can deliver a brighter future.
What a third quarter. Believe it or not, we were tied at 14 at the break. 9:01 to go in the third. All of a sudden, it's 30-14. Bulldogs out on top here. And that'll be taken by the Mountaineers inside the 10-yard line. Big hit on that play, and that's Nate Martinson out of Idaho. Wow.
Boy, he gunned through a bunch of blockers and laid the leather on that return guy for Eastern Oregon. Watch the end of this play as that comes to a grinding halt.
Well, can the Mountaineers generate any offense at all here? Kind of surprising the way that defensive back gave up on that play.
Well, he gambled. It was a gamble, and he lost it.
First down and 10, little mix-up in the backfield, and Victor with the carry, and Diaz for a small gain. Well, he actually got about 3 yards on the carry. I think
he ran holding the ball with Kai Quinn at the same time for most of those 3 yards, and then finally one of them let go.
Depends on the stat crew who they give credit to. It's going to be 2nd down and 7 from the 23-yard line. Kai Quinn, the redshirt freshman quarterback out of Pendleton, Oregon, and flags every place here. 8:19 left to be played.
Everybody backed out.
Here in the third quarter.
Ball wasn't snapped. Center didn't know the snap count.
2 touchdowns and a safety for the Bulldogs the first 6 minutes of quarter number 3. Both these teams were nationally ranked at one time this season. Eastern Oregon had a great run a year ago. They advanced to the Final Four. They went 10-3. Head coach Tim Camp in his 10th season. That pass is caught off the deflection. Diaz, he gets credit for that catch after it bounced off a defender, and he kept his eye on the ball, you might say. And watch this.
Connor Falk gets it bounce off his number. Nope, it's off of Western. Diaz just grabs it out of the pile, takes it up for the gain.
Well, you got to follow the play. You got to follow the ball. Nice catch. 3rd down and short. It's going to be 3rd down and 2 from the 28-yard line. Kai Quinn for the first down. He dives for the marker. Well, they gave him a good mark. I believe he's got the first down. And
excellent mark.
First down for the Mountaineers here in the second half. 7:28 left to be played in the third quarter, and what a third quarter it's been for Montana Western.
Mountaineers need to put first downs together and somehow end up in the end zone. They've been shut down with short drives. The defense from Western has really stood tall, the second half especially.
Lesser
Another
with the carry,
there.
And Lesser goes nowhere. And Herm, 19 yards of offense for Montana for Eastern Oregon here in this second half, and you got 168 yards of offense for Montana Western here in the third quarter. We're only halfway through the third quarter. 2nd down and 10 from the 30-yard line. Kai Quinn, play action. Kai Quinn airs it out, deflected at the line, incomplete. And now it's going to be 3rd down and 10 for Eastern Oregon.
Denzel Maua just stuck up a right paw and knocked that one out of the air. And the plot thickens for the Mountaineers. They're still pretty deep. Watch Denzel Maua just hold his ground on his blocker and then stick up the arm. Bam. Knocks it down with that big right paw. Coach Murdoch could be happy with that one back at senior.
Brendan Kelly will line up with Calvin Connors. 3rd down and 10. Quinn looking right side. Quinn flushed out. Quinn's going to try to run for the first down. He dives, and I believe he's got it. Quinn out across the 40-yard line. First half, Quinn only had 2 carries for 8 yards, and a couple of first down runs here for Kai Quinn. But they're down 16 with 6:27 left to be played. Kai Quinn, he rushed for 189 the first time these two teams met. He wanted to throw, and then the last second, well, see if I can pick up 10. He got 11.
He laid himself out to get to the stakes.
And on the carry, Victor Diaz to the 45-yard line for a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
You know, you and I talked on the way up, Rocky, that I think that's more of the Kai Quinn we were expecting here today, where he would be an offensive force on the ground. And look, when he did that, then suddenly that running play to the other side worked better because they're starting to respect the Kai Quinn fake.
It's going to be 2nd down and 6. Diaz gets the first down and then some out across to the 40-yard line. And that is a 14-yard run for Victor Diaz from Middleton, Idaho.
Diaz steps out of the arm tackle of Michael Bennett at the end of that play and stumbles forward for nice yardage. And this is exactly what the Mountaineers needed in this game.
Now from the Montana Western 40-yard line. And Lesser makes it back the line of scrimmage, maybe a half a yard for John Lesser, the 5'9", 185-pound redshirt freshman. The Mountaineers, well, they suit up 39 freshmen. They have 12 freshmen or sophomores who start, only 10 seniors on their roster. 2nd down and 9 from the 39. 4:59 left to go on the 3rd, in the dirt, incomplete. The intended receiver on the play was Brendan Kelly.
Kelly lost his footing and tried to catch it on his knees, but the ball never got there from Kai Quinn. He didn't step into that one, and it fell about a yard short of even Kelly making that on his knees.
3rd down and 9 for the Mountaineers. Kai Quinn, 7 of 21 for 188 and a touchdown.
Audible.
Touchdown, covered 57 yards. Quinn got plenty of time. Quinn pass complete. Collins first down. Collins 25, 20-yard line. So big 3rd down play as Brendan Kelly makes the catch and move the chains here.
Awesome open middle there, and trailed the play just enough to let the defense sag back, and there was plenty of room to pick up that first down, and the Mountaineers are in business deep in Western territory.
Just inside the 20, the 19-yard line. On the ground again to go. Victor hit at the line, then Victor right back up inside the 10. Great run after the initial hit by Victor Diaz.
They're going to need some bleach on that uniform of Victor Diaz, as he had a lot of red jerseys connecting with it as he finished off this run. He's mob tackled, but not until he picks up nice yardage deep in Western territory.
Now it's going to be 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Give it to Victor again. Victor at the 5 where he's brought down.
He got tripped up in the backfield that time as Jason Ferris got through and threw off the rhythm of that play, as Diaz couldn't get his wheels under him, and by the time he did, more Bulldogs were there to make the stop.
Victor Diaz with 94 yards on the ground on 13 carries and a touchdown. It's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. Quinn.
23 with the run.
Collins on the carry. Lesser with the carry. Lesser down to about the 2-yard line. Herm, this is just a hard-nosed, long drive with no big plays.
Great play calling by the coach, Tim Camp, from Eastern Oregon, as he is keeping the defense from the Bulldogs off balance. And now they got to finish it off, pay it off for the coach.
It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Kai Quinn will throw on 3rd down, wide open, and the catch is made, and that is going to be Brendan Kelly. Nope.
Kelvin Connors makes the catch. Number 9 and number 8 looking a lot alike here. I think it's number 9. Let's watch the replay as Connors breaks open in the middle of the field and wraps it up. Yep, number 9 Connors makes that touchdown catch for the 3-yard touchdown.
Boy, how big was that for the Mountaineers to get on the scoreboard if they gave up 3 scores here in this 3rd quarter.
Stop the bleeding.
And for the PAT, snap is back, kick is up by Harden, and the kick is good. It's 30-21, and the Mountaineers now, Herm, only down 9 here.
Really changes the game, but that safety is going to stick around the rest of this game and haunt the Mountaineers unless they can put together some drives. But, boy, that was a perfect drive for the Mountaineers to come back with after they spotted the Bulldogs, the 30-14 lead as they marched it down the field, took time off the clock, kept their defense off the field, and got into the end zone, and they made a lot of third down plays along the way.
Remember we were talking in the first half how low scoring it was for a Frontier Conference game, and now all of a sudden it's 30-21, and we have had 4 scores so far in this third quarter. So the scoring's back, Herm.
Well, I think the Bulldogs need to just turn it over to Hunter Thompson. You know, the defense for the Mountaineers is kind of that point of the game where they're not making that extra step. The quickness is a little bit reduced by the fatigue factor, and you give it to Hunter Thompson a few times and then surprise him with Sherwood. They can stay on the field and answer this touchdown.
Nathan Harden getting set on the kickoff. Mountaineers finally answer, and he purposely kicked that one short. That'll be out of bounds. First down and 10, 35-yard line coming up for the Bulldogs here. 2 minutes and 58 seconds left to be played in this third quarter. So now when you take a look at the total yards, it's almost even again, Herm. 396 for Eastern Oregon and 390 yards for Montana Western. They've come a long way since that first quarter when they were shut out and had just 26 yards of offense.
And this SWX Game of the Week has proven that it's a worthy couple of opponents for our viewing audience.
First down and 10, 35-yard line. Bennett Gibson knocked out for a series. He's back in the game. Thompson with a carry, and Thompson again. A gain of 6 for Hunter Thompson, the senior running back. This is his 4th game where he's rushed over 100 yards this season.
He may get 200. You hear about yards after contact. Watch this with Hunter Thompson. How many yards he picked up after contact. There's the first contact. He's still moving, and he's dragging a defensive lineman there from Eastern Oregon, and he picked up another 5 yards after contact.
And on second down and 4, Thompson's going to get the first down after the 46-yard line.
Yeah, you pay for rides like that at Disneyland if you can just hook onto a trailer and get dragged. It's kind of a rodeo move there. Hunter Thompson hooked up Zach Lacey to his back pocket and dragged him 5 yards.
George Sherwood split out wide left side, and boy, what an afternoon George Sherwood has had. First down and 10, 46-yard line. Snap back. Gibson in trouble. Airs it out in traffic, and the pass is caught. Wow, that was amazing as Ryan Sullivan brings it home. And Ryan Sullivan had 2 defenders on him. It's like a jump ball. I mean, he just jumped up, Herm, and
he was framed by,
made the catch. Watch
framed
this.
by Colin Desarmes right there, and he was the only one that went for the ball. They got there a little bit late. Desarmes got there late.
I'm thinking Ryan Sullivan could probably dunk a basketball. Second down and 4 across midfield, 47-yard line. 99 seconds left to be played here in this third quarter. Thompson the carry, and Thompson short of the first down by about a yard. Gets to the 45-yard line.
And another great finish on that run for Hunter Thompson, as he almost picked that up just by continuing to move north and south. What a luxury that is when you got a bulldozer running back like that and you're trying to protect a lead on your home field.
First 6 minutes of this second half, the Bulldogs scored 3 times: a safety, a 54-yard pass play, and a 70-yard pass play. And that was going to be third down at a yard, and why not? Hand it off to 44, and Thompson just enough for the first down here, Herm.
And he still had some cuts in that run. He jumped back and forth a couple of times before Chase Van Wyk brings him down, but only after Thompson had the first down. And we're into the final 40 seconds of the third quarter. Seems like a very busy third quarter.
First down and 10 for Montana Western. They've got the football. They've got the lead out on top, 30-21, late in the third on the SWX Game of the Week. Gibson, long count, Thompson. Thompson hit at the 40, and Thompson brought down at about the 39-yard line, and there's a late flag coming in. Stops the clock with 12 seconds left to be played.
It is so hard for the Mountaineer defense to throw Thompson off early in his run, and when he gets a couple of steps, he just falls forward and just keeps churning the legs. And there's nobody touching him for about 6 yards that time before he's grabbed at the end of that play. And
I didn't exactly see the late hit, but it's going to go against
so
the
you take the long
Mountaineers
run
of Eastern Oregon.
And you tack on the 15 yards, and suddenly Bulldogs are looking at a great scoring opportunity again. They'll be happy to match touchdowns with the Mountaineers.
Third quarter will come to an end, and what a third quarter it was for Montana Western out on top, 30-14. We'll be back with quarter number 4 right after this.
Okay, now we Out here, we love our animals, from the wildlife to the livestock. Inside, it's the same. They're just like family. We keep them happy and healthy, most of the time. Secondhand smoke puts pets at risk for cancer, feline lymphoma, vomiting, increases the risk of tumors and lung cancer, even causes eye and skin disease. Secondhand smoke puts your pet's life at risk.
My name is Ava Duncan. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and my major is natural horsemanship. I like the Experience One program because it's unique and it's innovative. I went and studied wild horses at the Pryor Mountain Range a week before school started, and I get credits for it, and I'm in a class for it right now studying everything we learned in our whole trip. Honestly, this program is what's giving me a shot at having a career in the horse industry, and for that, I'm so grateful, and it's such a privilege to be here.
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
Bulldogs up 9. And for the Mountaineers, 24-yard line to start quarter number 4 from Dillon. Bennett Gibson, hand up. Prenti knocked out at about the 15. Nice run for the redshirt freshman out of Washington. Boy, what a difference in halves here, Herm.
No kidding. Justin Hughes gets just enough of the running back to help him lose his balance and send him out. And you can see that if he could have turned that corner, it would have been just a sprint to the end zone.
Walser and Nate Simpkins will go to the left side. Second down and short. Second down and less than a yard. Fourth quarter underway here at Vigilante Stadium in Dillon. Hand up. And that's going to be a first down. Prenti gets the first down to about the 13-yard line. 420 yards of offense for the Bulldogs. 396 yards of offense for the Mountaineers.
Both these teams will finish their seasons at home, and that'll be a nice senior night. What'd you say, 12 seniors on Western and 10 on Eastern?
First down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Snap back, pass is caught, and boy, not much of a gain, just a couple of yards for Ryan Sullivan, who made that catch.
Jordan Payne sticks his nose in there and pushes back Sullivan after the end of that catch. Caught it, had about a step before
Sullivan.
He was nailed by Payne.
Nowhere to run. Second down and 9, a gain of only a yard. Bennett Gibson. He's 14 of 26 for 260 on the afternoon. Thompson will come into motion. Gibson to the end zone, incomplete. Walser, the intended receiver, overthrew him. It's going to be third down and long coming up here for the Bulldogs.
And Michael Arenas with a good defensive play there as he stood his ground, didn't allow the receiver to get to that ball. And that resulted in sending back the Bulldogs to a 3rd and 9.
So on 3rd down and 9, 3 wide receivers, right side, McKittrick over there with Simpkins and Ryan Sullivan. 13-17 left to be played of the game. And Gibson looking right to Simpkins, no. Just overthrew him, and no penalty flag is down, and now it's 4th down coming up.
Awesome defensive stand by the Mountaineers.
Karshenko on for the field goal. Mark Karshenko, 6 of 8 on the season, and his long is 33. This will be about a 30-yard field goal attempt for Mark.
Ledesma timed that defensive push at just the right time to keep that from being caught on the sideline just inside the cone.
A 29-yard attempt, Miller to hold for Karshenko. That's down. The kick is up, and the kick is wide left.
So Karshenko can't get it to go through. 13-10 to go in the game. It's 30-21 Western.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Hi, I'm Christy.
I'm Jamie. I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy. Natural gas appliances provide wonderful benefits when used properly.
But faulty or improperly maintained devices can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe
by installing carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your house. And make sure your gas appliances are properly vented. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off,
get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
Got a truck for a reason, remember? So get some Firestone tires and go do truck stuff. Now through November 12th, get a $60 Firestone Visa prepaid card when you purchase a set of eligible tires. Get up to $100 when you make a qualifying tire purchase with your new or existing CFNA credit card. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Wayland Tire. We know tires.
Well, the Mountaineers have the football back. They're down 9. A lot of time left. 13 minutes left to be played in this college football game. Handoff. Diaz goes nowhere. How about that defensive stand for the Bulldogs of Montana Western? No gain at all for Victor.
You know, we could actually point out who made the tackle, or it'd be easier to say who didn't make that tackle. There was 4 red jerseys not involved in this tackle for Western.
1, 2, 3, 4,
they stoned
5.
Diaz. And the Mountaineers need to hit copy and send their play calling. If they can do the same thing they did on their last drive and take it down the field, they will be right in this thing.
Ty Quinn by Connors, and going to be close to a first down, and
they're giving him a great
that
spot.
offensive line, I mean, they gave him all day long to find somebody open. Great job.
That is a great spot. And even a little bit of disagreement between the first spot and the second spot as they moved it forward. 1st and 10 on that Connors reception.
Well, the Mountaineers need to score twice to take the lead here. Brendan Kelly and Connors split out wide left. Quinn flushed out. Quinn will roll left. Quinn's in trouble, takes a hit, still on his feet, and a second man through just decks him. That's Michael Bennett out of Seattle, Washington. Tackle for a loss of 5 on the play. He eluded the first defender, but Herm, he could not get away from Michael Bennett. Watch this.
And the safety was the same play.
Ouch.
He thought he could use his wheels and escapability to get away, and he ran it out of time on that one. Same thing as when he got the 2-pointer tagged on him.
It's going to be 2nd down and 15. Victor will come into motion. And back to throw. Quinn. Pressure's on. Quinn. He simply throws it away. And third down and long is coming up.
You still have to be impressed with Kai Quinn being a freshman out here and playing at the level he is. He is making some pretty neat plays as a freshman competitor in a very important position on the field for the Mountaineers. Right now he needs a big play. 3rd and 15. The Western Bulldog defense will be baring their teeth and going after him.
Quinn, Herm today's 9 of 24, picked off once for 209 yards. Quinn on 3rd and 15. Over the middle and pass is caught. That's going to be short of the first down, and making the catch is Kelvin Connors. 4th down coming up.
And at the end of that play, Jay Owens just lights up the receiver Connors. Owens comes in, and there is no thoughts about going forward on this one.
Too much time to go for it on 4th down, Herm. They're going to punt.
And a golden opportunity for the Mountaineers has to be put on pause for now.
Nathan Harden to punt into the wind here.
And it's back on the defense for the Mountaineers to make a stop on what's been a terrific offense for the Bulldogs today.
Hermanson is back to receive the kick. And it's going to be a fake. And it's going to be a first down, and what a run for Nathan Harden. That was a fake punt all the way from the 37-yard line. And Nathan Harden, the punter, with the first down and a gain of 17. Herm, not much of a rush. They only sent 2. And Harden just tucked it inside, looking for that marker. Gets to the 40. Hey, I got the first down. I think I'll fall down now.
Oh, no kidding. Brandon Hunter makes the stop, or might have saved 5 more yards, but terrific play call from the sideline for the Mountaineers. And
that
this drive
huge.
is alive, as they say.
Brendan Kelly split out wide the left side on 1st down and 10 for the 43-yard line. Quinn, look at the time. Again, incomplete. Intended receiver? Well, it may have been 88, Isaiah Thomas.
He's been targeted several times by Kai Quinn. Might have sailed on him a little bit in the wind or just overthrown. Hard to say on a day like this. He was throwing that right into the teeth of the wind from our southwest. 30-21, anybody's ball game yet if the Mountaineers can march downfield.
On 2nd down and 10, good coverage. Quinn airs it out, incomplete. Isaiah Thomas, the intended receiver, and Quinn takes a big hit again, and 3rd down coming up. You know, the key here, Herm, is what the defensive backs are doing for Montana Western. They're covering those receivers, and Quinn has nobody to throw to.
And he's had time. And by the time his pocket breaks down, he had a clear target there, but he's kind of thinking about his own preservation.
He's got enough time to text his receivers what route to take. 3rd down and 10
That's a new
here.
one.
9:35 left to be played in this game. Bulldogs hanging on, trying to even their season record at 4-4. Quinn flushed out on 3rd down, throws on the run, his receiver wide open. And T.J. Hancock, it was thrown behind him. It's 4th down and 10.
Hardest throw in the books to make that throw running to your left and throw it with your right hand across your body. And you'll see that that ball had no chance. Once he was flushed out of the pocket, he had a receiver right there that would have been a first down, but the throw across your body running to the left, that's a tough throw, and it wasn't on target.
The punter, Harden, I think he went to Coach Camp and said, hey, can I do that again?
Yeah. Look how spread out the Bulldogs are.
He only has 10
time.
yards to go this time, not 17. But Harden, wow, against the wind, and
how
what
does
a
he get
kick.
those perfect spirals into the wind?
Christian, how about this return? Flag down. Christian gets out to the 30-yard line, but Laundry on the field. 9 minutes and 18 seconds left to be played in this college football game. Rocky Erickson with Herm Ellenboss bringing you all the play-by-play, the SWX Game of the Week.
Western should have some pretty good field position. And if they can turn Hunter Thompson loose, they really went a different direction than Thompson. They gave a series off. for Hunter Thompson last possession.
We'll be back with more right after this.
A small steel fabrication plant popped up in the heart of Montana. Over time, they built a reputation as solid as their steel. But growing a business requires flexibility. They needed a bank like First Interstate, able to make quick decisions to help grow their workforce and build a strong foundation. Today, their steel supports more than just buildings. It supports communities throughout the region. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
Hi, I'm Christy.
I'm Jamie. I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy. Natural gas appliances provide wonderful benefits when used properly.
But faulty or improperly maintained devices can cause carbon monoxide poisoning. Keep your family safe
by installing carbon monoxide detectors on every level of your house. And make sure your gas appliances are properly vented. If your carbon monoxide alarm goes off,
get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy. Together,
we can deliver a brighter future.
Got a truck for a reason, remember? So get some Firestone tires and go do truck stuff. Now through November 12th, get a $60 Firestone Visa prepaid card when you purchase a set of eligible tires. Get up to $100 when you make a qualifying tire purchase with your new or existing CFNA credit card. Whatever you drive.
First down and 10. Bulldogs will take over at the 15-yard line. Coming up here in the fourth quarter, the Montana Chevy Dealers play of the game, the Northwestern Energy player of the game. And, boy, you talk player of the game, there's a lot to choose from. Thompson on the carry, and Thompson a couple of yards. And Hunter Thompson's got to be a candidate for player of the game, 138 yards on the ground. And Bennett Gibson, he's throwing for 261. George Sherwood, 124 yards receiving in this game. It's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Bulldogs. Under 9 minutes left to be played.
2nd and 9.
And they work from the 15-yard line. What a start the Bulldogs had in the first 6 minutes of the third quarter. Bennett's got time. Thompson makes the catch out of the running back spot to the 20-yard line. And short of the first down, it's going to be 3rd down and 5 coming up here for the Bulldogs. And up next for Montana Western, they'll be at Southern Oregon. Back on September 16th, they lost 52-28.
Riley Neville had the unenviable job of stopping Thompson after he caught this pass. No teammates around to help him. It's all Neville and Thompson. Bam.
It's going to be 3rd down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Pass complete. Simpkins. First down and then some. He breaks a tackle. Nate Simpkins out across the 45-yard line. Nate Simpkins, a redshirt freshman out of Dillon, playing this season with a heavy heart as his brother MJ, safety, passed away on his birthday on May 30th in a house fire. And I went and I met the Simpkins parents before the game and watched Nate Simpkins break that tackle, almost stopped, and a great run after the catch for Nate Simpkins. First down and 10. 45-yard line, 7.5 left to be played here in the game. Bennett Gibson, well, every game I've done for Montana Western, Bennett Gibson has come up big. Gibson looking right. Simpkins again, and another first down. He drops the football. Is that going to be a catch or not?
Well, they're marking it down and marking a first down. So Western trying to pad their lead and perhaps put this out of reach for the Mountaineers. 2 plays in a row to the same receiver and the same result. Good yardage picked up, and the tackle there by Haziel Ledesma.
Walker McKittrick split out wide to the right side. Simpkins, 2 catches in a row for Nate Simpkins. First down and 10, 43-yard line. What a second half. We were deadlocked at 14 at halftime. Here comes Thompson. Takes a hit. He just lowered his head. He said, come on, hit me. A gain of 2 on that play for Thompson.
This time, Colin DeYarman was the victim of the Hunter Thompson run. He leaves as many bruises as he gets, even though he's being hit every time he carries the ball by 3 or 4 players, it seems like. But he delivers a lick at the end of his runs.
George Sherwood split out wide the left side with McKittrick.
Sherwood's been quiet a while. Might be time for a bomb to him.
Got to find number 11. 2nd down and 7 from the Mountaineers, 40-yard line. They're showing blitz. Here they come. And they're going to keep it on the ground. And Pratty with the carry, and the flag is down. I don't think we had a penalty flag in the entire first quarter of this game.
Well, this game started out very slowly. It seemed like it was 7-7. We might end up with a 14-7 game, and then all of a sudden at the end of the first half, things happened as we see the run into the line here. And trying to pick out where that flag comes out. And they're backing up Western.
Up next for the Mountaineers, next Saturday, they're at home against the College of Idaho. In Week 3, they lost to the College of Idaho 28-20. 2nd down and 22 for the Montana Western Bulldogs. Gibson takes a hit. Gibson will be sacked. And, Gibson has not been sacked that often in this football game, but DeVos got him.
Patrick Collins swung around from behind and just kept pursuing, and he ends up getting rewarded with a sack. Watch Collins track down Gibson, and Gibson never saw him coming.
3rd down and long. How about 3rd and 32 here?
Mountaineers, if they can get this stop here, which looks pretty good, will get some good field position. They need to act now to get on the scoreboard.
They need 2 scores. And Gibson flushed out. Gibson will throw it away, and there is not a receiver even close to that pass. And Coach Camp wants a penalty flag, and, they're not going to get it.
Coach Norris, as that was a hit, but
now
it was
there's
not a
the flag.
hit.
Coach Camp talked the official into it there, Herm. And there was not a receiver within 20 yards of that football, and Coach Camp went over, and he was yelling at the official, and the official decided, hey, you know what, Coach? You might be right, and, 30 seconds after the play, he threw the flag.
Well, it's easy for us because we have the replay here, but he's flushed this time by Zach Lacey.
They're going to pick it up and wave it off. And what does Coach Camp have to say about that? Well, he can't be too happy. He tried.
And Sherwood is going to have the wind at his back on this punt. And this is a drive that the Mountaineers have to put in the end zone or tack on a field goal to their score and get within scoring range.
Sherwood averaging more than 50 yards a kick. And Kelvin Connors is back on the return. The Mountaineers need 2 scores, 4:48 left to be played in this one.
We've been treated to some great punting today by both teams.
The wind has helped just a bit, Herm. Low snap. Sherwood pressure is on, end over end, and Kelvin Connors will call for the fair catch. So can the Mountaineers score twice with 4 minutes and 46 seconds left to be played in this college football game? We're going to take a timeout, be back with more right after this.
You each drive a Ford pickup, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you a next generation pickup.
Awesome. Let's do this.
The bed is made of high strength steel, which is less susceptible to punctures than aluminum.
The stronger, the better.
And best of all, this new truck is actually the current Chevy Silverado.
Current Chevy owners and lessees get a total value of $10,600 or 0% financing for 72 months on this Silverado All-Star. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.
Hey man, got some chew?
No, man. This stuff's dangerous.
Hey, can I get a zip?
No way.
Why not?
Give me one good reason.
It's full of toxic chemicals.
It rots your teeth, and it causes cancer.
Prove it.
It says so right in the can.
Why do you do it?
So then why do you chew?
My financial education basically just consisted of advice my parents gave to me.
They start becoming more aware of what their money is doing and what they're doing with their money.
It's relative, it's timely, it's fresh.
Very engaging, it's easy to follow, and it's interesting.
A lot of our classes are preparing us for college and to think, but this one is preparing us for life.
Our mission here at Opportunity Bank is to provide strong financial futures for Montanans, and we believe that financial literacy plays a big role in that.
Well, the Mountaineers are down 9, and late in the game, they're going to keep it on the ground here as Victor Diaz with the carry. Herm, Quinn's got to go to the air and got to go to the air a ton with 4.5 to go here.
And they're kicking in their 2-minute offense here. They understand that this is kind of a do-or-die drive here. He's got lots of time again.
Kai Quinn. He's going to air it out, coming back for the football. Did he make the catch? He did. That's T.J. Hancock, and, well, that's going to be a first down.
And that ball was in the air so long, and it was thrown on a rope by Kai Quinn. What a great throw.
First down and 10 at the 47-yard line. This game far from over. 3 wide receivers set to go out left side. Kai looking left. Kai airs it out, deflected, not intercepted. It was deflected, and Jay Owens out of Missoula Big Sky, who's got 2 interceptions. He's a 4-year starter, a captain, almost had the pick. And if Owens would have brought that one home, that would have been his 3rd interception this year. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 now for the Mountaineers. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Quinn looking left. Hancock open, and pass, is it caught?
Tight window, wow.
They say it's caught, and there were 3 defenders back there. How did he get that ball to Hancock?
Well,
all you could see is red jerseys.
And it was never more than 6 feet off the ground on that throw. He just threw a rope over there.
Wow. It's going to be first down and 10. Quinn's going to roll left. Hancock's open. And he overthrew him. And, boy, did Quinn pay the price there as he got hit and hit hard.
And right now he's only got eyes for Hancock. He's appreciating what Hancock has done and moving down the field. And Western's figured that out, so they forced that play not to happen. And now Hancock taking a rest, so this will force a different target for Kai Quinn.
Connors to the left side. Brendan Kelly's up on top on 2nd down and 10 from the 30. Mountaineers need to score twice to take the lead here.
3:40 to go, so plenty of time.
6 past 2.
Quinn looking to Connors, airs it out. Connors tried to make the catch, unable to do so. And how about Janis from Yakima, Washington? He's got 54 tackles, 3 picks, and great defense there. Janis was all over that receiver.
A little bit. He sent it just a little far in front of his receiver. No chance.
3rd down and 10, definitely 4th down territory. 3.5 left to go in the game. And Quinn, he's 10 of 29. The big tight end makes the catch at the 30, out to the 35-yard line. And not enough for the first down. A gain on the play of only 5 yards.
Connor Falk makes that reception, lumbers forward, tries to find a little bit of room to run against Western, and picked up about 6 yards.
High snap. Kai brings it down. A 4th down play. Throws on the run. Incomplete. The Bulldogs will get it back with 3:03 left. Out on top by 9 points.
He had his receiver out there, too. Just sailed it a little bit with that running toward the throw kind of motion. And you can see that.
Boy, he almost lost it. He made a great athletic play just to get the snap, and then he just overthrew.
Threw off the wrong
intended
foot,
receiver.
He knew he had to get that going because he was running out of time from behind, and his receiver was running out of field, and he just couldn't get that pass on target.
Well, Eastern Oregon, they've got 3 timeouts left. Coming up, our Montana Chevy Dealers play of the game and our Northwestern Energy player of the game.
Here comes a bunch of Hunter Thompson here.
First down and 10. Thompson, left side. Can he make the corner? Thompson inside the 25-yard line. A gain of about 3 for Hunter Thompson. You're exactly right, Herm.
And Mountaineers have to think about when to use their timeouts. Probably any time here. They need to stop that clock, especially if it's a defendable second and third down play, which it looks like it is. It's a 2nd and 7, but they're not going to take one here.
And the Bulldogs are going to take a lot of time to snap the football. 2nd down and 6. Here comes Thompson. Thompson to the 30-yard line, still chugging, gets out to about the 31. Eastern Oregon will take a timeout here. And Hunter Thompson, and the player of the game, it will be Hunter Thompson, 116 yards in the game. The Northwestern Energy player of the game, Hunter Thompson, the running back out of CMR. Congratulations to Hunter Thompson, the Northwestern Energy player of the game. He had a touchdown and 116 yards on the ground. It's the 4th time this season that Hunter Thompson has been over 100 yards. The next game for SWX, November 3rd, will be at the Rocky Bowl on the turf at Rocky Mountain College as the Battling Bears of Rocky at home up against these Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon.
Some other good candidates for that award, but Hunter Thompson, boy, he moved the chain so many times for Western, and he finished his runs. He laid some licks on the defenders, and just a real weapon back there. You could have gone with Gibson. You could have gone with Sherwood. Lots of other people made plays for Western, but Hunter Thompson just stands out.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Bulldogs. 2:15 left to go. Thompson, can he get the first down? He does just that. Thompson out to the 38-yard line, and our player of the game, that first down was
right
simply huge.
Well, you get the award from the SWX people, and let's go ahead and pick up the first down on the next play with some good hard running, which demonstrates why he got the award today.
What a job he's done, though, after the initial hit, like we just witnessed right there. A year ago, the Mountaineers, they went 10-3. They made it to the semifinals. They were 8-2 in the conference, and they lost in that semifinal game to Baker. And this year they were nationally ranked the first couple of weeks of the season, but different story, and a new running back here for Montana Western.
Kobe Tamal.
And now the play of the game, sponsored by the Montana Chevy Dealers. And the play of the game, I believe it's that 70-yard pass play to Walser as Bennett back to throw, airs it out in the sidelines. And great catch is made, and Walser just simply runs it into the end zone of the Montana Chevy Dealers. Play of the game that took place with 9:01 to go in the third quarter, a 70-yard pass play. So that was Bennett Gibson to Walser on the Montana Chevy Dealers play of the game.
And that's the play you dream about if you're the receiver, breaking free from a defender, having nothing but green grass in front of you, trotting into the end zone in a big game.
Thompson hit at the line, then Thompson crunches his way for a couple of more yards. So up next for Montana Western, they'll be at Southern Oregon on September 16th. They lost 52-28. They were down 31-7 at the half. As Tanner Tronson, he threw for 404 yards and 3 touchdowns in that game. And up next for the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon next Saturday at home up against the College of Idaho. And in week 3, they lost to the College of Idaho by a score of 28-20. And, the first 6 opponents this year, 4 of their first 6 opponents were nationally ranked. And 3 of their 4 losses by 10 points or less. And if the score ends with a 9-point deficit, it'd be their 4th loss this year by 9 points or less. And Herm, been a tough season for the Mountaineers so far.
Well, you take away that safety, which was kind of a turnover. We have not had a turnover, to my knowledge, in this game, have we? By either
There
team?
was an interception off the
interception.
deflection. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. And quarterback keep as that's a penalty flag is down as Bennett Gibson. The quarterback got the 1st down. No timeouts left here for the Mountaineers. And the series between these two teams, a 28-game play to the series. It'll now be 18 wins for Eastern Oregon and 10 for Montana Western. And, boy, what a great fake there.
And what a funny thing is that Hunter Thompson still picked up about 8 yards carrying out his fake.
And they tackled him.
I mean, yeah, so they tackled him. We were watching Hunter Thompson. And a slide there at the end of that play turns into a penalty against Western.
3rd down and 13 for the Bulldogs. Well, Herm, I'm 2 for 2 for Bulldog wins the last couple of weeks. That big win 2 weeks ago when we were here in Dillon as they upset the 5th-ranked team in the nation, and that was the Orediggers of Montana Tech. The Orediggers of Montana Tech, Southern Oregon, the top 2 teams in the Frontier Conference. And, boy, what a job. You know, the Frontier Conference, it's known as the SEC of NAIA football. And it was Mike Van Deest's program, Carroll College, when they won 6 national championships, including 4 in a row. Everybody else in the league, they had to get better, and they did. And now Carroll College near the bottom. Carroll College, the last 3 seasons, they've lost 17 conference games. In the first 16 years that Mike Van Deest was at Carroll College, they only lost 16 conference games total. And the Bulldogs will take a timeout with 32 seconds left. And Herm, the Frontier Conference, they're only going to get 2 teams in the postseason. They deserve about 4 teams. And it's unfortunate that these teams have to play a lot of their opponents twice in the same season as what we're seeing today. Eastern Oregon won at LeGrand in a close game, 27-24, and now Western with the victory.
Yep, it's a wash. And how about Eastern Oregon going from one year to the next? Such an outstanding year last year, and then fighting for wins this year behind a freshman quarterback who's really doing a pretty good job. I don't think we saw the real Kai Quinn here today as far as what got him all those stats. He was responsible in the stat book for 2/3 of the Eastern Oregon offense in the stats we looked at before the game. And a lot of that was from the using the feet. And now another timeout for Western.
You know, Kai Quinn came in with 412 yards, and that he was the leading rusher, averaging 5.8 yards a carry. He went for 189 rushing yards against Western in week number 2 for them. And here this afternoon, Kai Quinn with just 7 carries for 20 yards. And Kai Quinn only had 2 carries in the first half of this football game. And there again are
Sherwood making one of his muscle catches that we saw during this game. And what did he end up with? 3 receptions, 124 yards. That's a terrific average.
Yeah, not bad. 41.3.
Yeah.
And Sherwood gets to punt with the win. He's averaging 50 yards a punt today as well. And, boy, they brought everybody on that. And Sherwood takes a hit.
Are they going to
Is
call
there
it?
a penalty flag? Nope.
He just fell. And on the other end, the ball settles at the 11-yard line. And
another
Eastern
50-yard
Oregon will have a
punt.
play. Yep. Add that to his stats, and he's walking off the field in good shape.
SWX, the weekend off next weekend, then back on the air the following Saturday at Herb Clint Field on the campus of Rocky Mountain College, November 3rd, as the Bears will be at home up against this team, the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon. And, boy, that's it's a long ways to Dillon, but it's a further trip for them to Billings.
That's like LC State in volleyball. There was one year that Dickinson State was in the conference. That's a long haul.
They only rushed 3. Quinn's pass is incomplete. And, you know, Billings Central now plays their home games at Rocky Mountain College, and AA teams play playoff games on Friday night, but Class A teams, they play on Saturday afternoon, so that could be a conflict on the 3rd. So Central would have to play on Friday night, which would mean Herm Ellenboss will do the play-by-play for Billings West football. We'll see how that works out. Back to throw, pass is caught. That's Brendan Kelly, and Kelly is knocked out. 11 seconds.
Well, that would be
left
a playoff
to be played
game,
in this
wouldn't it?
game. Yep.
Home playoff game. Boy, that's a lot of you're giving me quite the gem there of a game.
Herm, total yards almost even. 473 for Eastern Oregon and 464 for Montana Western. It also could be a Central against Central, Billings Central against Butte Central. Passes caught over the middle, and
Connors again.
I was here for a state championship game, Dillon Billings Central, and it was extremely cold. I think we kicked off at about 2 degrees here at the Vigilante Stadium. So 5 seconds to go, and they'll spike it to stop the clock. And hey, the Mountaineers aren't quitting, Herm. They're not giving up.
Nope. And you think about the seniors on these squads, they're down to their last 3 weeks of football in their lives, you know, as far as for most of them. And they've probably been playing since they were, 6th, 7th grade, maybe younger than that. And this is kind of a poignant time for them. And how do you want to leave your legacy? You want to leave it with playing hard to the end, or just kind of cashing it in and saying that was fun?
Final play, there's about 7 defensive backs that are back, and Kelly makes the catch. Kelly brought down, and that'll do it. 30-21, our final score. As the Bulldogs get the win, we'll come back with a post-game show right after this.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
I'm Nate.
I'm Sarah from Northwestern Energy.
Did you know Northwestern Energy adds that skunky, rotten egg smell to natural gas so you can detect a leak? Natural gas is safe.
But leaks can be dangerous. So if you think you smell a gas leak, follow these safety tips.
Do not attempt to locate the leak. Do not use any electrical switches, appliances, or an open flame.
Get out of the house fast. And from a safe distance, call Northwestern Energy.
Together,
Together, we can deliver a brighter future.
The Sundowner Motel, right in the heart of Dillon, is your friendly, locally owned and operated motel. Nothing too fancy, just clean rooms with comfortable beds, free Wi-Fi, HBO, and an affordable price. Start your day off with our continental breakfast as you head out to see all the sights around Dillon. Oh, and it's right next to the Mexican bus. We're pet friendly with ample car and truck parking. The Sundowner Motel. Call us at 406-683-2375.
Writing and arithmetic are elementary topics. But what about rate of return? First Interstate Bank is helping kids learn the basics of money management, partnering with schools across Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota to teach students to save money. Over 1,300 savings accounts later, these mini bankers have saved nearly $2 million, helping them learn another term, ROA, Return on Allowance. First Interstate Bank. It's you and I together.
The Bulldogs of Montana Western celebrate, and as they visit on the sidelines, it was tied at 14 at halftime, and the Bulldogs had that huge third quarter. In the first 6 minutes, they got a safety and a couple of long touchdowns, and they win it 30-21. The final score, Montana Western. They're even on the season now. They're 4-4. And the Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon now 0-4 on the road, and they're 2-5 overall. And you take a look at some numbers, 532 yards of offense for Eastern Oregon, Herm. That's a lot of yards, but Herm had only generated 21 points.
Yep, and they just could not keep pace with the Western Bulldogs here today as they got the big boost going into the third quarter. There was a flurry of activity at the end of the second quarter, and then a double fumble on a kickoff return at the beginning of the third quarter led to a safety, and the Bulldogs never looked back.
That was the first touchdown by Victor Diaz, and Bennett with the throw, and what a remarkable catch is made, and that was Ryan Sullivan who came back and to make that catch. This went for 57 yards. Kai Quinn back to throw, and Kai Quinn airs it out deep, and coming back is Kelly. Kelly between two defenders. A great run after the catch by Brendan Kelly into the end zone for the Mountaineers, and that was halftime. The game was tied at 14. Here we go in the second half, and on that carry, it's Hunter Thompson. Hunter Thompson looking for some room, and Thompson lowers his head. Hunter Thompson knocks over the pylon, and Hunter Thompson, 11-yard touchdown run. We go to quarter number 3, and Quinn will be sacked. Jason Ferris in the end zone, and that is a safety. So Jason Ferris officially, well, he gets 2 points. And quickly, just about a minute later, a 54-yard touchdown as Gibson finds his favorite receiver this afternoon. He almost goes down.
Well, he got knocked out on that play.
Coming back for the football is George Sherwood. And Sherwood will go 54 yards into the end zone for the score. And the Bulldogs, what a start. Kai Quinn taking a snap, and Kai Quinn under a lot of pressure. And Quinn is picked off, and on the pick is Christian Hanser. And Christian Hanser almost scored on this interception. He would not get the pick six, and look who made the tackle. The quarterback, Kai Quinn, made the tackle at about the 2-yard line.
Best run he made all day, chasing down that runner.
And Bennett, Sulzer, and with the catch
play of the
and
game.
The run, and that is the play of the game. And Walser going 70 yards. Melvin Walser, he walks in to the end zone on a 70-yard pass play. And the final touchdown, a 3-yard touchdown pass. Quinn to Connors. How wide open can you be right there as Calvin Connors makes the catch? And a little, not quite enough for the Mountaineers. The quarterbacks today as Bennett Gibson, 17 of 32, 298 yards. Kai Quinn, 16 of 40, 320 yards through the air. And first downs, they were even at 21. Penalties, 8 for Eastern Oregon, 4 for Montana Western, and 212 rushing yards. The Bulldogs are victorious. They pick up their 4th win on the year. And Herm, big game for them. And it was a great college football game.
Well, and hats off to the Western defense as well. You know, that looked like it was going to be a back-and-forth game when Connors scored that 3-yard touchdown on the throw from Quinn. That was 2:58 to go in the third, and neither team put a point on the board after that. So a missed field goal, but the Western defense and even the Mountaineer defense played a whale of a game today to make it this kind of score.
The Bulldogs are 4-4 on the year. The Mountaineers of Eastern Oregon are 2-5. The SWX Game of the Week. The next game, November 3rd in Billings, as Eastern Oregon plays at Rocky. For Herm Ellenboss, Rocky Erickson bringing you all to play-by-play. Our final score, Montana Western wins it 30-21.
Nestled at the base of the Elkhorn Mountains in Montana City, Montana, the Elkhorn Mountain Inn is your ideal location for superb accommodations and excellent service. Opportunity abounds in the great outdoors with convenient access to lakes, biking and hiking trails, golf courses, fishing excursions, and more. Be sure to experience the various museums, shopping, and restaurants downtown Helena has to offer. We'll provide outstanding service and a warm atmosphere for you, including a continental breakfast and free Wi-Fi. Book your room online at elkhornmountainin.com or give us a call, 406-442-6625.
Opportunity is everywhere. That is why I love my job at Opportunity Bank of Montana. I get to help my neighbors with business and agriculture loans, including new equipment loans. I understand that people need a bank they can rely on. You see, I grew up here with the Eastern High Plains out our front door and the crazy mountains in our backyard. Come see me, Brandy, or one of my colleagues at Opportunity Bank of Montana. Your local bank, your opportunity.
You each drive a Ford pickup, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to show you a next generation pickup.
Awesome. Let's do this.
The bed is made of high-strength steel, which is less susceptible to punctures than aluminum.
The stronger, the better.
And best of all, this new truck is actually the current Chevy Silverado.
Current Chevy owners and lessees get a total value of $10,600 or 0% financing for 72 months on this Silverado All-Star. Chevy, the #1 automotive brand in Montana.